Hey, Miss Electra, thank you so much for coming up.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to
I
see
am
you. Hold on.
so elated to be back. Had a
Nice.
lot of stuff
Yes.
going on with my daughter's surgery, then just a lot of stuff. And then my grandson, but after that, ended up in the hospital. So I was going crazy.
Oh wow. Sorry to hear that.
But I,
Understood.
yeah, but I'm so excited that you guys are staying on top of everything and the way that you're driving your conversation. You're going, you're going beyond just the surface
Mm-hmm.
because people sitting and hooray and stuff, and they really not looking at what she's going through. People don't, people mask all the time. And so, it's this thing called, when y'all get time, look up Love Tank. When y'all get time, look up it's really a theory.
Mm.
And it's not about love. It's basically, it's about our childhood and where we come from. And then
Mm-hmm.
it impacts us and keeps us like on edge all the time because we know we gain trust issues and stuff like that. And so right now, just being a behavioral analyst, I've been looking at this thing, even though I haven't been on. I'm
Right.
observing and assessing and looking at this is they're stuck in this love tank. And people say, oh, that's a love thing. No, it's not. It's the way that people's lives are basically unfolding every day. But when y'all get a chance, pick it up because there's a lot of material out there on it and how people they want strong, healthy relationships, but they blame themselves for maybe mom and dad divorced earlier when they was younger and they never understood it and they feel like they the cause of it and they never disconnect from it. It's a lot of things that can cause it, but that's one of the things that's been a major piece
Mm-hmm.
Right.
to the love tank.
Hmm.
And also in my observation, I told y'all I've been off, but I still be researching.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at this thing, it's a lot of vulnerability going on. And that takes place with what you call HALT, HALT. Those HALT is like a person is hungry, they're angry, they're lonely, and they're tired. And
Mm.
this fits what's going on. When you hungry don't mean I'm hungry for food. I'm hungry
Mm-hmm.
for answers of why my life, you know, stayed in cycle. I'm angry because I wanted things to be okay. And for some reason, they keep breaking loose. I'm lonely because I have a life that I want to live. And I know how I want that life, know who I want that life with. But I'm lonely because there's so many other people factoring into it because the masses
Mm.
have taken over. It's so many people talking. The masses have taken over. And then tired.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that she's tired.
Right.
If people would get off the surface and stop all this hooraying about this, I ain't gonna even say his name, the man. It ain't even that kind of a thing. You're looking at a person who is basically at a point that getting closer to and closer to what we say as the breaking point. It's not the breakthrough, it's the breaking point.
Mm.
And people need to be careful about what they hoorah. because
Mm.
when I look at the cycle of what's going on in this love tank, it's only one person. Love tanks is you, your person, like you. You have
Mhm.
your own separate love tank. I have my own separate love tank. Tyron has his own separate love tank. It's basically how we function in our lives based on how our past impacted us. But we have
Mhm.
so many people out here. Just stop me when y'all want to, because I've been out for a while, so I'm just
Yeah, go
talking.
ahead.
Cognitive dissonance. All of this is was created because cognitive dissonance is like just people believing things that have no value to them, have no truth, have no facts. It's just somebody put a narrative out there, people spun the narrative, and the narrative have gone on and on and on and on. In today's society, they call it fake news. We from the professional call it cognitive dissonance. You can look it up.
Mm.
Cognitive dissonance, DISONNANCE. It's cognitive dissonance, just like it sounds. And that's facts. It's a lot going on here. So when you look at these type of things, like I do, I look at things through from a behavioral analyst perspective. I think
Mhm.
people need to, no, I don't think, let me take that back. I believe that through my research, because I go through search engines, and when I study the behaviors, what's going on with both of these parties, and I'm talking about Chrisean and Jonathan, what's going on with them, a lot of what's happening is the same thing, but people aren't looking at that because they're so caught up on what they want to be caught up on. But when you look at cognitive dissonance, you see a lot of that. That's why you see narratives constantly being spent, because people want to believe something and they want to believe what they want to believe, but they don't believe facts, because
Mm.
cognitive dissonance is nothing but basically negative energy and lies that's been
Mm.
spent so long till it gets in. If you know, it's a saying that if you say something, somebody says something long enough, you think it's true,
Right. You believe it.
but
Mhm.
it's not. So I think, to me, people need to spend more time researching and assessing what's going on, because even though it's these two people's lives, do you know how many people's lives actually relate to what they got going on in their lives?
Uh-huh.
But people are hiding behind their lives, and that's why you get so much conversation, because they're reliving their lives, but they're connecting their um, mistakes that they made early on. Some of them still in them. Some of them on their way out. You know.
Right.
But here's the thing: that's why millions of people, they attract so many people. You can have, I don't care what's going on the internet. It, nothing lasts as long as if you talk about Chrisean or Jonathan. Nothing.
Right.
They got major cases going on. Nothing.
Mhm.
On the day of the inauguration, this facts. The day of the inauguration, and she came up and she was talking about the restaurant. I mean, pleasant conversation. She had more people watching her than was watching the inauguration.
Yes.
That's fact. That's
Mhm.
facts. And that's why, I'm not a one-sided person, so I can't be biased, because I have to look at things from both sides.
Right.
These people got more power than they know.
Mhm.
All you got to do is mention their name, and everybody going wherever they name at.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
telling you, that's power. But what happens is people don't understand negative. Negative is like this: negative thoughts are dressed up in truth. Negative thoughts are dressed up in truth.
Mm.
because what they really are lies, and people get them in your head, and they
Mhm.
sit there, and you start believing that stuff because it begins to look like it's true, but it's really not.
Interesting.
But what you have to say when you become a mature person individually, you need to ask your negative thought, who sent you?
Mm.
Who sent you? We're dealing with a lot right now, watching this stuff. And I'm gonna say personally, me, I I I love dealing with facts. We can have different opinions, but we can't have
Right.
different facts. And the thing of it is, when you start talking about, I said this on y'all's platform before,
Mhm.
um, how the brain is controlled. You can look it up. The subconscious controls 90% of how we think.
Mm.
Conscious only controls 10%. And you know what that means? Most of the
Mhm.
times, people just acting and responding to stuff out of emotions. You can look it
Okay.
up. The subconscious controls so much of our brain, which controls so much of our actions, which controls so much of our emotions, which controls so much of our mental, which takes us into places that if we was working out of the conscious and we had time to get by ourselves and think about things, we wouldn't have
Right.
made a lot of the decisions that we make because the subconscious is sporadic.
Mm.
For example, this really happened. Um, but y'all know I was, involved, with the team. When I say team, I'm talking about
When you were
investigators.
working. Mhm.
Uh-huh. And so we had a man that had did something that he definitely shouldn't have done. And when we was it's a, you know when you go in there and you in that interrogation room and stuff and you see they always have a window in there.
Right.
They think it's just a window, but it ain't. It's really that's where we sat, but they didn't see us.
Okay.
So you sitting back there and you taking note, you writing while they talking, while the investigators in there talking.
Hmm.
And one thing about it is that you can be asked a question 3 times and they change one word and you watch them give a different response. They
Interesting.
just change the investigator just changed one word
Mhm.
and they tell on themselves. That's how you get information. And he said, no, no,
Mhm.
no. I was just sitting there because I can't talk about the case in detail.
Right.
He said, no, no, no. I was just sitting there and I just got so mad. I was looking at that TV and I just shot the TV. That's what he said.
What?
And his anger spiraled out. He was looking at a television show. I dealt with crisis intervention. So he looking at a television show. The television show angered him.
Mm.
So to the point, he shot the TV.
What in the world?
He said, well, I just wasn't thinking right. He told on himself, which led to what he was really guilty of. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? So people don't know how dangerous the subconscious is. It's really dangerous
Mm.
because everything with subconscious is done quick. It's just sporadic because you're not dealing with the conscious. The conscious sits you down, you make out a plan, you say this, that, this gonna go like, you connect the dots.
Mhm.
But we live in a fast-paced world, just like information. Information be moving so fast. So guess what? If somebody put a false narrative out there, it's gonna move fast.
Right.
If you don't have people on the other end breaking it down.
Mm.
It's a lot to all of this. I tell you another thing that's I don't know if you y'all ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect.
I've heard of something
Hmm.
like that. I think I have heard of it. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, yeah, you can pull it up, and but when you start having to deal with it doing crisis intervention or any kind of assessments,
Mhm.
because you're studying people, that's one thing about behavioral
Okay.
analysts in the science of it. All you doing is studying people. You basically people watch all day.
Mhm.
You people watch.
Interesting.
You watch people's behavior, and you get so skilled at it, you just about can sit there and you know what the next move they're
You can
gonna
just
make.
tell what's going on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's like if I go in a restaurant, I never sit with my back to the door. I never. I have to see the door. I have to see the people.
Yeah.
And don't sit me by no kitchen and don't sit me by no restroom. No,
Why not the
because
kitchen
if
and the
something ever
restroom?
breaks out, because if
Okay.
something breaks out, that's the two places that they're gonna block because they don't want nobody to go in areas that to hide because you could be a part of what's getting ready to take place at the front. They're gonna block that off. I'm telling
Interesting.
you. Yeah. Why do you think everything has a purpose behind it? It's just like you ever went to a 7-Eleven, any store, corner store, and you ever watched the sides of the doors where they have it look like your height thing. You know the height things? To tell you
Uh-huh.
how
Yeah.
tall you are.
Right.
You know why those are there? You know why those are there?
So if you still, they
Oh,
know how tall you are.
They knew how tall you are. That's right.
what?
His head or her head hit right here. Yeah, he's
Hmm.
sure right.
Yeah.
That's why they do. We know he 5'7". We know she 5'7". We know because they
Yep.
look at that mark on that door. It's on every door, and people don't even watch it. They don't even look for it.
Yep.
Wait.
You go in any
What?
store, most stores
Hmm.
have have rulers
Those
on the wall. When you
they
come in,
sure do.
you don't even recognize it.
Uh-uh.
Most stores
They
have
put.
rulers on the wall, and when you walk past the ruler, you can see
Hmm.
your height. So if you
Yes.
stealing from this store and you going out the store, they have a description of what you're wearing and they have your height because you walk past the ruler.
That's right. And your height is the number one thing they're gonna go by.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already got your picture.
Yep.
But
As soon as you walk in the store, they got cameras up in the ceiling that take your picture.
okay,
Everybody
so
on there is
they
huh?
can tell from afar how tall you are, like on the ruler thing from afar?
Yes, girl.
Yeah, yeah. They blow it up. They got cameras in the back, and when they blow that camera up, yeah,
Hmm. Interesting. Tyron don't talk to me like that in public.
Talk to you like that. This lady
He
don't
talking
do
about, yes, girl, yes.
yeah,
that.
Really?
yeah. But he
Mm,
do. He
mm.
do. It's like
Well,
little things.
I don't expect you to know it. You're not
I'm
a
gonna have to
criminal
look at
and you're not the police. So,
some ID channel stuff.
That,
uh-huh. Well, that's my favorite channel.
but
Mm.
it is so it's a what they call it. It's a mechanism to everything. You ever notice how your phone is tracked?
Uh-huh.
Like say for instance,
Mhm.
you can say, man, I really like Roku TVs. And
And then you
you'll
see
start getting
ads
ads on
for
your
it.
phone about Roku TVs.
Yeah.
That's because your conversations are being recorded.
Yeah.
They knew what they was doing when they made satellite. They knew what they was doing when they made satellite. You ain't got no privacy. They give you back what you was talking about, and then people say, I was just talking about that. I'm getting all this stuff about Roku TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Mm.
You ain't got no privacy. Facts.
Tanya said they have those rulers in banks too.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Because they gonna get them heights.
that's right.
That's I'm telling you.
Golly.
It's a lot to this stuff. And that's why I'm saying, like, this stuff that, again, and I'll say it a million times over, people need to calm down with this who ran, because guess what?
Who ran
This stuff
is
is,
crazy.
yeah, because it's deeper than what they think.
Go ahead.
You
Speak
ever
on it.
heard your family? You ever heard your family say it's more pieces to this puzzle?
Yep.
When I used to sit at the table with them detectives, let me tell you something. When the people get to laying all that stuff out there on that table, they've been watching you 10, 15 years.
My Lord.
Whenever they come out with anything, they ain't just gonna come there after they've been watching you for a year. Am I right, Tyrone?
Right.
They've been watching you some years.
Right.
They got stuff you been forgot about.
Yep. Especially
That's
the
why it's
feds.
so
Yeah, the feds. Yeah, definitely the
Boy, the
feds.
feds. Woo.
That's
You
why
know,
you got to have your facts together.
the feds.
That's
By
why
the
you
time
got to have
they approach you, they already
your
have their
facts.
case built. When the feds approach
Exactly.
you and put handcuffs on you, or they already have their case. Their case is built already. They did all of the investigation they need to do. Right?
Yes.
Now they might
Yes.
pull more information and discover more crimes because witnesses is talking now. But when they approach you, the case is solved already. The case is solved. And that's the difference between the feds and the state. You know, the feds investigate first and lock you up later. The state will lock you up first and investigate later. So you could sit in jail on state charges while they're investigating, trying to put the case together. The feds don't work like that. If you're sitting in a federal jail, their case is already solved. Believe that.
Exactly.
My Lord.
Exactly. I mean, that's the absolute truth. And how you might say, well, how does this relate to what we talking about? How it relates is the fact that you see people doing a lot of talking, but where's their facts?
Right.
You just going off of what somebody else said. I use this theory, and it's really true. It's really true. How people will talk like they was at the party. You ever talk to somebody and they was talking like they was really somewhere, and you until you got to the last question. Well, it's something you asked and they said, "Oh, I wasn't even there. I wasn't there. So and so told me."
Yeah.
So when you look at it, follow me here, and I ain't trying to be, I don't even know what I'm trying. I'm just trying to share facts today. That's it.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Yes,
My grandson, my son-in-law's son, he had told them he was lying. I already knew he was lying, right? I did. I knew he was lying. I watch people. That's what I do. I people watch.
Dang.
Okay. So he in there. My daughter's sitting in one sofa. My son-in-law sitting on the other one. He in the lazy boy. Hey, why you ain't bring that car back here, man? You wrecked my car. Why you ain't No. Let me tell you, Pops, you know how young people talk. I see, I was over there. I was, let me tell you about this party. I was at this part. He said, I thought you went to the baby shower. He said, yeah. Let me tell you. If you just let me tell you, Pops. He talking to his dad, right? They had this so much going on. They had one room. They had it draped in pink. Another room was draped in blue. And if whatever you thought they were having, that's the side. Those people went to that side. Other people went to the other side. And anybody that was undecided, they just stood back. You didn't go to neither one. So then my son-in-law said, so it was that many people there? He said, yeah. He said it was a lot of people. He said, well, man, my car wrecked. What time did you leave that party? Guess what he said? I don't know. J-Bo told me that. He talked about the party like he was really at the party when he wasn't even at the party. How does that relate? People talking about Sean, people talking about Blue, and they ain't never been in the same house with them people.
Yes, sir.
But they talk like they was at the party. You got some buddies like that. They'll tell you something,
now.
and you really be believing it. And then you'll say, well, man, where'd everybody go after that? Oh, I don't know. I wasn't even there. D-Lock told me. What? They just stood there and took 15 minutes of your time talking about something they ain't even got facts on. Just something somebody told them. Just something somebody told them.
Come on now.
Think how dangerous that is when you do that in real time to somebody. They ain't just hating Chrisean. They hating Blue too. Y'all think they just want to destroy her. No, they want to destroy both of them.
Right.
Y'all know why they want to destroy them? Tyrone?
Why they want to? Why
do you think they want to destroy? I think Tyrone going to sleep. I've been out for a while, so I'm just trying to share.
I was just sending the email, so I had one ear in and voice texting. My bad.
I'm just playing with you. I've been out so long, so no. So when I was saying, let me restate that they don't want to just try to destroy Chrisean. They're trying to destroy Jonathan too.
All right.
You know why?
Why?
Because they know if just their name is powerful, that they name carry. Okay? It's some people out there that don't want that. They want it to be a power couple, but they don't want them to be that power couple.
Right.
Because a lot of people gonna lose.
Yes.
Okay. Here's what I'm saying. If you and Pink are a power couple, the money stay with y'all, right? The time stay with y'all, right?
Right.
So all them other people y'all been taking care of, they mad.
Yeah.
Chrisean, sorry, let me take that back. I'm talking to y'all. I ain't talking to her in real time. Pink been taking care of her family. Her family been able to come get whatever they want. They had no problem. Pink got y'all made millions of dollars. So they've been used to getting it. Your family turn around. You work on both sides. And they've been used to coming to you. Tyrone, I need it. I need a car. Your nephew need a car. So-and-so can't meet their rent. You know what I'm saying? They've been coming to you. You've been giving it to them. But now y'all come together as a power couple. And the money sits with y'all. See, it's a lot of people mad. So they got to get parties out the way. And let me tell you something. That's on both sides. That's on both sides.
Right, it is.
Facts.
Hey, Internet Granny. Yep. They saying make it plain, Miss Electra. Make it plain for them.
It's just when you look at this thing is so big. It's so many people involved behind the scenes. You call them puppet masters. And they got a puppet master right now that's running it. And a lot of people don't know how many people pulling strings. And some of them, when this thing busts wide open, let me tell you something. You're going to be surprised who was all involved. Tell me.
At this point, I don't even know.
I don't even smoke cigars, but I'm going to smoke one on that one. I'm telling you, I'm telling you facts because
Mm-hmm.
like did you pull up that Dunning-Kruger effect, Tyrone?
The
The Dunning-Kruger effect?
oh, Donning. Okay, hold on.
Dunning, Kruger,
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Kruger
Here it is,
effect.
doc. Here it is, darling.
So,
All right.
you see how that works. Like it's a cognitive type thing. Everything works with cognition, which is our brains and our
Mm-hmm.
growth. That's why you have so many man-child. You know what I'm saying? They grown men, but they still acting like children.
Oh.
Okay.
Did you want me to read
So
it, what I found, or did you want to
yes,
just talk about it?
read. No, go ahead on and read it, and then I'll break it down.
Okay. So, per Google, the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias where individuals with low competence in a particular area tend to overestimate their ability, while those with high competence tend to underestimate their abilities. This effect is often described as a double curse, where individuals not only perform poorly, but also lack the self-awareness to recognize their limitations.
Okay. Now, the reason why I brought up Dunning-Kruger effect, follow me here. All these people that y'all are seeing, they really think they smart. They really believe in their mind because it's a tricking of the mind that they know more about these people's lives than they know.
Mm. Come on
So if
now.
I feel like I'm smarter than you and I know more about you than you know about yourself.
Hey. All right.
So I go out there and I keep spinning these narratives because I want everybody to believe that I'm the expertise when really I'm not. But the person that actually knows the truth, that actually has the facts, they don't even look at themselves on that level that person that think they know everything finds themselves in.
Come on now.
I forget the name of the guy that did that to Abraham Lincoln. No, for real. I forget the name of the guy. I'll go back and look in my study stuff. Huh?
John Wilkes
That
Booth or somebody else?
It was somebody like he used to talk about how Abraham Lincoln looked like an ape.
Oh shoot.
He used to talk bad about Abraham Lincoln. And
I thought you were talking about the person that pow-powed him. Okay, never mind.
No, not the one that assassinated him. No. It was another. But here's the thing. He talked about a position that he never held. As if he was in that position. This man is the president. And you talking about his looks as if you know you can't talk about nothing else. You ain't the president. You're not the president. But you talk like you have the expertise of one. How does that relate to what we're talking about today? Because it's dangerous when people can't get in your mind like they want to. Can't make you think like they want to. In other words, I want you to always look at me because I know everything and you know nothing.
Interesting.
That Dunning-Kruger thing, that cognition biases basically is just saying basically what it's saying is I know more than you know. I see myself on a higher tier than you. But how you gonna do that when you ain't never been at the table? I worked with parents of murdered children. I did. That was, I ain't got all that energy today, but And let me tell you something. That's a hard thing to go with. It really is. Because you're dealing with a lot of emotions. And check this out, y'all, because it's true. Because it happened. The person, it can be somebody in that crowd of people that you're working with that family, that did it.
My.
The person did it. And the person got access to you and everybody else.
Oof, Jesus.
Because they think because let's go back to that cognitive dissonance. You trying to fool me. This is what they pay me to do. You get that? They pay me to watch people.
Right.
I can't get it wrong. I can't get it wrong.
They pay me to watch people. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
When you getting paid to watch people, see all this stuff people doing for free, watching these two people here, they ain't watching Friggy. They watching Friggy ain't pulling no money. Friggy ain't making no numbers.
Friggy
right there in the same thing with Jay. And they both in the same box. You open them up, you ain't gonna get nothing. You melt it down, you might get 25 cents in Mexican money. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh my Lord. Hey,
I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is the fact that Dunning-Kruger effect is real. Because you got to remember one thing. That person that did that thought they were smarter than me. I ain't patting myself on the back. I'm just glad it's over. A smart person can play crazy, but a crazy person can't play smart.
Now.
They can't.
Miss Electra and Miss D-Real, this is Electra James that's on the panel right now. She hasn't been up here in a while. I think you know her like from the other panels, but Miss Electra, didn't you say that about somebody else?
I did. And it was true. It was true.
Sure was.
It came to pass, didn't it? They play crazy. They not crazy. They smart. They smart enough to know how to play crazy.
Ooh,
but a crazy person don't know how to play smart. That's a fact.
My Lord.
I wish that people would stop doing all the chattering and doing some research, doing some observation on behaviors and how and why things are happening and playing out the way that they are being played out.
Yep.
Because I'm telling y'all, one day you're going to find out it's bigger than what you think. All of this stuff happened so fast. It looked like you went to bed, everybody was settled, you got up, and the whole world was on fire.
Yep.
For real. In these people's lives. That's how fast it happened.
Cause as soon
and now everybody walking around talking like they was at the party.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep, because you definitely called it about that that one that wanted to be the girlfriend so bad, or claimed to be. I don't know. But you definitely said she isn't crazy. She just playing crazy.
Yeah, that's it. And she got it. Yep. She was so skilled with it.
That darn Lady Godiva.
Exactly. And I ain't gonna mention his name. But I'm gonna tell you something.
If you wanted to. Oh wait, is another content creator you talking about?
Oh no! I ain't talking about no content creator.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I'm talking about the parties injecting themselves into these two lives. Okay.
Yep.
People being paid. People being paid. Contracts being signed. It's a whole lot going on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot going on. And you got a person gone. You got a person gone because it didn't follow the contract.
Now, whoa.
Hey, you got to deal with what the contract says.
Hey.
You got to do what the contract says. When you go on a job, they give you your duties as assigned, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they give you what your responsibilities are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the bottom, you notice on everything now in job descriptions, what it say? Other duties as assigned. Mm-hmm. Look at job descriptions now. They got it all laid out, and then they say at the bottom, right at the bottom, it say other duties as assigned.
Yep.
You broke the contract.
Yes.
You got fired. These people are in contracts. I'm just gonna say that. To destroy these two people. And I tell you what, they playing a dangerous game. Because one thing about evil don't never go to sleep.
Oh, my Lord.
Evil just takes snoozes. It don't go to sleep. Evil be sitting there with his eyes closed and watching you with his eyes closed. I hope you can keep the contract. Because the more you do, I'm listening.
Somebody had a question. But why is this a thing, or why does this darkness carry so much aggression towards a young girl and her innocent baby?
If you don't mind, I'll go on the spiritual side of that.
Okay.
Only if y'all don't mind.
Sure.
Because you're dealing with people. This is a spiritual warfare.
Yes, it is.
This is a spiritual warfare. See, we looking at it in the natural. We're looking at it in the natural. We're witnessing it in the natural. But God sees it in the supernatural. And because he sees it, those who he gives that discernment, we know. This is a spiritual warfare.
Right.
And I'm going to say this, because I ain't just saying it. It's in the Bible. You ain't got to take it from me. It's in the Bible. He tell you, Dr. Billy Graham, he talks about how even siblings, can it be a part of, he got a sermon on it. Just go listen to it. Billy Graham. Not just him. Dr. Charles Stanley. Not just him, Dr. Miles Monroe. They all talking about witchcraft. They're talking about demonic spirits. They're talking about strongholds. They're talking about what people don't want to talk about, and we better start talking about it because it's playing out right in front of our faces.
Yep, plain as day.
This is spiritual warfare. It's like this. Somebody decided that they didn't want these two together. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
They didn't want these two together. They've been sending demonic spirits their way. They've been doing it. You know why I know they've been doing it? Because I reached out to a friend of mine who was in the ministry with my husband, but he's been in there 40 years. My husband was in there 32 years as pastor in the ministry. And he said, I'm going to take that to my men's prayer group. And he did. And you know what he said? they covered in demonic spirits. This stuff been going on for years. People been doing this to them for years. And then that baby came on the scene. And then those spirits started transferring.
Oh, transferring.
Like say for instance, you start getting things just start happening in the minds of people, and people, they start talking about the child because the child is connected to the parents. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
So all of those, because come on, let's keep it real here. I don't know no other way to be.
Okay.
Demonic spirits don't care who they attack. When people want a stronghold on you, they don't care who attack. Because everything that you attach to is going to be impacted by it. I know a lot of people just want to say her. No, it's both of them. They have attacked both of them. And I'm talking about men who been in the ministry for years, prayed. He called me sis. They covered with demonic spirits. Somebody been sending spirits to them for a long time. That's why. That's your answer. They're in a spiritual warfare.
Yes.
That's why 1 minute you can see them getting along, you see them traveling, they disappear because they're going somewhere, and they would be spending time together, and blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. When you didn't see them, they were somewhere just chilling. And then they'll come back on the scene. And when they come back on the scene, everything break loose, boom. Chaos, confusion. Because the spirit is confused when it don't have access. The people who are sending these demonic spirits, I'm telling y'all gonna be surprised. Y'all ain't gotta take it from me. I've been researching this stuff. I done taught on it. I was a Sunday school teacher for 29 years. I done taught on it. I done taught Bible study. I done taught women's ministry. I done done all that because my husband was a pastor. We did international, we traveled. Doing street ministry. I done all of that stuff. Going from state to state. And I'm telling you, God will show you some stuff. This is spiritual warfare. This ain't normal what's going on. That's why it's confusing the natural mind of men and women. Because because all people looking at is the chaos and the confusion.
Right.
But ain't nobody asking the question, where it's coming from? Where it's coming from?
Right. Where is it coming from?
The demonic
Great question.
spirit. Demonic spirits. See, that's why you got to have the word in you. I'm telling you. Because the only thing that's going to beat this thing, this spiritual warfare that's going on, even in our own individual lives, you got to say, it is written. You got to say, it is written. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. That's what you got to have for the devil. It is written.
Right.
It is written that I'm a conqueror. I'm above, not beneath. It is written. You just give God's word back. But see, they don't know what it is. That's what my friend told me. He said, see, that the two parties that's involved, they don't recognize it. The people that's been watching, observing, that's why that's why it hit your heart like that. And God opened up your discernment. And he showed me some stuff. That is why these people are doing things out of ignorance.
Yes.
The people who are taking part in it, the people who initiate it, the people who are practicing it. And they have been working since the time that they found out that these two people really had a true love between each other. And you know what the sad part is?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the sad part is? The
What's
sad
that?
part is these people that's doing it, they call themselves Christians.
Mm.
Both sides. Keep that in
Right.
mind. Both sides. You got to put it all on the field. My husband used to tell me all the time. He would pray with me before I would go and speak in different places, because sometimes I travel by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, you got to have on the whole armor of God. And when you stand up there, you tell it all. Don't hold nothing back. Those who gonna get mad, gonna get mad. Those who want to know the truth, they'll go search the scripture. And me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be outside waiting for you in the car, because I'm gonna make sure you all right. You know, I'm just saying.
Right.
That's the answer. That's why that's why they doing what they doing. Because they have caught a hold to this cognitive dissonance, and they running with it. And what is that? That is things that are not true. But it's been
Mm-hmm.
spent for so long that people believe it. People believe it. And people are spending more time judging than they are praying.
Right.
That's why it keeps growing. That's why it keeps growing.
So I see some people saying in the comments, that's why Blue can't correct what he said about his son, like Chrisean Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
because I guess it's because the spiritual warfare is so strong, and he's not strong enough to
It's
fight it off.
he does exactly, because
Mm.
that's what you call a stronghold.
Okay.
It's a stronghold, because whether people want to believe it or not, he's he's apologized between him and her,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but not publicly.
Publicly. Uh-huh.
And that's what the world wants. And he really want to do it. But I'm telling you, let me go back and tell you. I mean, like, I pray. I pray. I consecrate on the word. I do all that. And I'm around people that pray and consecrate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When my friend told me, he said, sis, they covered these, whoever been doing this for a while. They covered. It's got to be a lot of praying going on. And they don't recognize what it is, because they think they mad at each other, but they not.
Mm.
That's Satan. He right there, because he keeps sending people their way to keep it stirred up.
Right.
You got to pray that God takes the sand off of their eyes. You got to pray that God takes them in the valley, that they can only hear God's voice, nobody else's.
Mm-hmm.
It's the masses right now is controlling them.
Yes.
That's a good question. That really is a good question. It is. That stronghold is on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, they was trying to move him out the way, but the more they was trying to pull him, he kept pulling towards her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And let me share this right quick. You remember when they did the Q&A? I'm telling you, my own daughter said, "Mama, for real?" I said, "Man, they shouldn't do that thing. I wouldn't do that." Because there's a lot of people that's going to enjoy it, but there's a lot of people that's just sitting, waiting, and all systems go.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said, now this ain't got nothing to do with no little thing. This got to do with when he said, "I love how you read to me. I love how you pray with me, and I thank Jesus for you. And because of you, I'm getting closer to God." Remember when he said that? And I told my daughter, I said, "You know what? That they're gonna blow some folk mind."
Yes.
Especially Satan.
Ooh.
It wasn't a good
Boy.
hour later. His mama was on there. She had a hissy fit. They even went to some church, her and her sister. Y'all remember, just like I watched it play
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yep. Sure
And then
did.
they
Sure
said,
did.
and after that, ain't nothing been settled after that. Been chaos ever since.
Absolutely right.
Ever since after, well, she did get through her birthday, but it's been chaotic ever since.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't normal.
Right.
That's Satan. Now y'all connect to what I'm saying, right? Who you think holding the strongholds? Who you think sending stuff? Who's sending it?
Mm.
Who got mad?
Right.
Okay. Okay. And don't y'all never think that it ain't more people connected, because they connected to people. And everybody wants the same thing: separation and division.
Yes.
And
That's
they don't want
absolutely
him to
true.
have anything to do with that child. They don't want it. I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Y'all think I'm crazy if you want to.
Nope.
But that
Sure
AI
don't.
stuff, that AI stuff can have you in some places that you really not in. I know y'all heard about the man that was that owned the company, and it was a meeting going on. He wasn't there, but it was a meeting that was going on. And then he came up on the screen that they had up. This really happened. They thought that was him. Said transfer $5 million to some account. And they did it. The person that was responsible for doing it did it, right? But it wasn't him. That really happened. It really happened. AI can put you in some places that you ain't never left your bedside and went to. If people think this is a for real thing that's happening, and the more they build it, we're gonna be in trouble. You be at your house, they got you robbing a bank. That's AI. Do I think some of that's going on? Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
That is crazy.
There's some stuff going on, y'all. Y'all sit back, pay attention. Stop all this hooraying and pay attention. Because what's happening to both parties is not all them. I'm telling you.
It's not.
It's not all them. It's not
we
all
have
them.
these conversations. Yes, we definitely have these conversations on the live and say that's why I try not to all the way condemn him, because it's so much more that we don't see. It's things that's going on behind the scenes. Chrisean has let us know it's other stuff that's going on that she can't talk about.
That's
Y'all
right.
remember that video when she came out and said, "Please pray for me," when she was in the apartment or whatever, wherever she's living. She was there and she talked about it. She said it's some stuff going on. This is after Papa Blue helped move her stuff out the house or whatever the heck he did with the stuff. I don't know. She was letting us know that it's other works going on unbeknownst to us. So we just have to be mindful of it's not them. It's not just them. It's outside things. Because I can't think of the terminology she used, but she's letting us know it's things going on, y'all. It's not just the surface. You have to look beyond the surface and know that it's
look
just
at her
not
song.
blue. Right.
That's right. Her song say, "But these demons keep attacking me." You understand what I'm saying? Everybody say, "Oh, that's a nice song," but they ain't paying attention to the lyrics.
Listen to the words.
She's telling you She's telling you in her song, these demons keep attacking me.
Yep.
So if the demons are attacking her, don't you know the demons attacking him too? This thing ain't on no surface stuff. This some ugly stuff. And you right. See, one thing about those two, I don't care how angry they might be with each other, they never gonna tell you what each other told him. She holds his story and he holds her story. Tell him.
Somebody had a question. They said, let me see. If she feels Blue is trying to fight against the strongholds or no, there are strongholds. Wait. Okay, yeah. They wanted to know if you think Blue is trying to fight against the strongholds. Or do you know if he feels like they are there? Like, is he even up?
He don't even know. I said that. No. That's what I said. That my friend Reverend McCoy, you know, I told you he had been pastoring for 40 years. He said, but the thing about it, they don't know. That's why they keep going at each other.
Right. He's not aware.
They don't know. They're not aware. Only reason why we're aware because we're praying and God is showing us things.
Ooh, yes, that Lord.
We pray, not judge. Sometimes intercessory prayer, you got to stand in the gap. They don't know. They think it's them doing what they doing to each other. That's how skilled the say. You ever had a child that you know and you'll say when they get on the bad road, you say, like, that ain't my child. That ain't my child. That's really your child. But something is happening in their life, or they do something, and you know that's out of their character. You say, that ain't my child. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yes.
Only thing is, we not around them every day. But it happens in families all the time. You've heard people say, parents say, man, I don't know, like my daughter looked like she was possessed with something.
Yes.
People have said that's a real thing.
Absolutely.
And strongholds are real. But you don't know because you're just going through. And they young. So they don't identify like me as a 61-year-old woman.
Right.
That's in a profession and then also spiritually grounded. Facts. In psychology, they tell you that you got to look. Don't just look at the book. Get on them search engines and find some resources that match up with what you're reading, what more than one person is saying from a professional perspective. I ain't got no skin in this game. I just study behavior. I ain't kin to nobody. I ain't friend for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just studying the material. Observing.
You can learn a lot when you just sit and watch, listen, pay attention to what's going on. They say a lot of things.
They be telling you stuff, but people don't be listening.
Yes.
See, you can want to dislike a person so bad that you don't even hear the meat of what they're giving you because you want to stay over there at the table with the potatoes and eat the potatoes that everybody else trying to give you, feeding you, when you need to be over there with the person that's really going through, that got the meat on his plate or her plate, and eat some of that meat. Stop eating them potatoes. He needs protein. I'm just, I'm just blown out the water.
Yes.
By the fact of people who run and who ran and this and that. I don't know what they're happy about. I'm still trying to figure out what are y'all celebrating. Y'all don't have a clue what's going on with these people. Y'all don't have a clue of what these demons doing. Y'all don't have a clue that this is spiritual warfare.
Right.
Because you listening
it's heavily.
You just
heavily spiritual warfare. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And I heard a friend of mine said, he's a deacon. He's like, hey, everybody using that word toxicity.
Shoot.
So Jane, what you think about that? I say, well, it's easy. Everybody toxic. People look at me and tell me I'm toxic because I talk. They don't even understand. I get paid to talk. I get paid to talk and watch people and give my input. And they'll say I'm toxic. That's just the easiest word to say. Do something to a family member, and you've been helping them all your life, and it can get to a point where you say, well, I'm tired of paying her light bill. I'm tired of paying their rent. They're going, oh, I can't stand her. She just so toxic. She didn't used to be like that. They call you toxic too. Don't worry. Anytime you don't do what people think you ought to be doing, you toxic. Okay?
Yeah, right.
I'm ready. You didn't see me calling you? Yeah, I saw you call me, but I wasn't finna give you what you asked me for, so I just let it go ahead.
Now I want to play what we were just referring to. I found a little clip where Chrisean was talking on Snapchat. So I'm gonna play that so we can y'all listen to what she's saying, because she's telling us, this is what me and you just talked about, Miss Electra, about things going on in the background. This is the first time she's letting us know that she's getting threats and all that.
Okay.
So, here you go.
Like I even have to do this, but I don't. But I do, because like, is you cool? Everybody need to take a deep breath before they take their last breath, Like, just breathe. For real.
And okay, speaking on that, she said everyone needs to just relax, take a deep breath before you take your last breath. And that bed wench Carlissa decided to say that was a threat, which I knew the people that know she was going to use that as, oh, she's threatening us. So this is nothing but the devil working through her to make it seem like she's saying something that she's not saying. She said take a deep breath because none of us are promised to be here tomorrow. None of us are promised to be here the next 5 minutes. God forbid, I could fall dead on this darn live.
Yeah.
And that'll be it. We never know the day, the moment, the hour, period. That's what she was saying. And you want to tear apart this little piece right here that had nothing negative attached to it. Okay. Prime example. Let me keep playing. Okay, go ahead.
No,
hello.
Hey,
Hey,
go ahead, Miss Electra. I'm sorry. Miss Electra.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I was gonna say is just let me kind of tell you what I got out of that piece right there.
Yep.
When I heard it, no, she wasn't talking about nothing to anybody else.
Right.
What she was doing was making people aware again that there's a lot of stuff going on, that there are things that's going on with her, against her, and against Blue. I'm telling y'all. So she's aware that if anything was to ever happen with her or him,
Mm-hmm.
there's more to it. She's
Right.
not talking about nobody else. She's not talking about nobody else.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And
Interesting.
if you don't mind, I want to say this, and this is
Yes.
just me saying this. People need to stop sharing Jaden and Carlissa.
Mm.
They need to stop. The only reason why those two still have oxygen is because Chrisean's support pages are sharing that material.
Wow. That is true.
It's too much, and that's just me. I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm not trying to put nobody down. Study the stuff. Come on and talk about it. You can do a mention, but stop pulling their videos and putting their videos up. Because every time you do that, you give them free marketing.
Mm.
You
That's
marketing
true.
them for free. Because then what people say, well, let me get on over there and see what she's talking about, what to finish out what she's talking about. Because Pink had it on her page, Tyrone had it on his page. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stop. I can't tell nobody what to do, but I'm just saying
Yeah. And that's
my prayers
I
that people would stop it.
mm-hmm.
It's like aiding and abetting. You know what I'm saying? You didn't actually
Oh
commit
yeah.
the crime, but you was there on the scene.
Mm.
You drove the car. So with this, people are aiding them. They're aiding and abetting them. You can look up aiding and abetting.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say look it up because so you just put the facts out there. When you say stuff, there's material out there to support it. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what is happening. And me as a viewer, I pick it up. Like, why show these people?
Yeah.
These people wouldn't even make money if people didn't bring them on their platforms. And what I'm saying, you don't have to bring the person on there, but you got clips. You showing clips.
The thing about why I was
Hey,
wanting to
June.
come say something because my
Mm-hmm.
phone it keep kicking me out, y'all.
Oh, okay.
And I'm so sorry, y'all. It keep kicking me out.
That's okay.
Chrisean the one, Chrisean the one that supposed to change the dynamic um to where it's supposed to lead Blue, where he could be able to lead his family. He is the one that's supposed to lead his family right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they fighting against it. That's why they fighting against Chrisean. Blueface is Chrisean assignment. It's not
He
just
definitely is. He definitely is.
He what?
he's not
I mean,
just
he is.
he's our assignment. So
He
that's
got it.
why they fight the
Oh,
spirit of
did you?
darkness.
I'm sorry. Did you say blue is her assignment?
Blue
Yeah,
is
Blue is
her
her assignment. Hmm.
her assignment.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
remember? Let me interject right quick. You
Oh,
remember when
my
she was
lord, my
sitting
lord.
in
Come
the
on
house
now.
that time, and she said, "You can, if you can find Google it, you can find it." When she said, "You know, uh, Blue is, I'm here for a reason." For Blue, it was something to that effect. It's like on a video. She was sitting, she had a cap on, but she had the cap turned backwards. Do you remember that? Anybody?
What else was going on in it?
She was in his house. She was by herself, and she said, "Like he's in my life for a reason.
Like
Mm.
It's like the Lord put him in my
what she
life for a
trying to
reason."
say is like she was
Oh,
trying to say is I want to take
that's
you
an
to one you
old
remember.
video. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to take you to one you remember. She said, and he was talking stuff to her, and people take that clip out of context when he was talking stuff to her, and he was like, "You wouldn't be here for me, so you gonna blame God for?" And she kept saying, "No, it's divine. It's destined. It's already designed." People take it
Yes.
out of context. Divine meaning
Hmm.
it's already orchestrated. It's already ordained. It's already designed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like divine. It's already in higher. It's in higher court. Like, do you know any of the saying about spiritual court? Do you know anything about spiritual judgment? It's like, okay, she the sign. He her assignment. That's why they fighting against her. Cause
He's her
if she
assignment
get
is
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
like a
yeah,
hashtag or something. He's her assignment. Woo!
Yeah. Yes. It's like
she
God.
came to completely kingdomly divinely changed him to change him to
Yes.
get him to come the to our side,
Right.
like to godly side.
Yeah.
She came
Mm-hmm.
she came and she's not coming by herself. She got people with her. She
No.
got spirits with her. She got people like us
She
with
did.
her. She got people with her.
Yes.
She got people don't see with her.
Yes.
And
Wow.
She's covered
and
by
when they
angels.
think they're fighting her
And
by
she is
herself,
covered. Mm-hmm.
they're
They not.
fighting they're fighting everybody else. They're fighting the whole army, the angels that God got protecting her. That is
Yeah.
bringing
Yeah.
him, and
Yeah.
he's going to come over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just can't stand it.
Yeah.
They can't stand it.
And
She the same way for her
mm-hmm.
family. She same way in the family. Listen, she the same way in her family. That's why
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to be. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the seat of this. I'm the head of that. The teeth
Uh-huh.
of this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
She's the
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
She's the one.
It's
Mm-hmm.
and everything is because it's a spiritual warfare. Satan
Yeah, it's a
wants her, and God wants her. God got her. That's
he
why
Mm-hmm.
they
got her,
still standing. He got
but
her,
Satan,
and because he got her, Blue is covered, and that baby is covered.
but Satan wants her.
I, but
Mm-hmm.
Satan want her because they have to break her to destroy him,
But
to
they
keep
also,
him from coming over. From Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but they also know the power in her for divine power, what power, how spiritual rank she is. So
Hmm.
Satan know how powerful she is, even on the Lord, he know how powerful she is.
Yes. Yes.
She she's a
And that's
person
why
that
you
speaks
got to
stuff.
keep the.
She's a person she knows she speaks stuff and it manifests.
A lot of
She's
people
Yeah.
one
know
of
that
those.
she's very powerful. Very
She's
powerful.
Yeah.
That's
powerful.
why they
She's
can't
powerful. She
stand
Yeah.
speaks
her
stuff and it
around
manifests.
him. They can't stand her doing this. They can't stand her doing that because they know people
They
gravitate to
know.
her. They know she's powerful.
Hmm.
Come on now.
Hmm.
I
Her
That's
had
right.
a
power
That's right.
her power gets stronger, and that's what I did. I see that why, but her power got to get stronger if she stayed out of fear. She got to
yes.
stay off the edge of fear.
She's
She
learning to
can't.
trust herself.
She got to learn to trust
For one
herself, and she
thing,
got
she got to
all.
she got to get from amongst her kin. I'm gonna
She
say
got
that.
to get up, monster. Yeah, she got to. He said
She got to change her zip code.
see
Yes.
the Bible said, and I know Mr. Lunch, you know this verse. I knew
Yeah, that's
you
okay.
when you was in your womb, your mother's
In your
womb
mother's
before you were
womb.
born.
Hmm.
She's
Hmm.
supposed to be set apart, but
Yeah,
everybody got to come with
she
her.
is.
But she got to stay off the edge of fear, though. She got to stay off the edge of fear,
She,
and
Yeah,
thank
that,
God
yeah.
she's
and that's
working on it.
looking, and that's
Mm.
looking at the devil in the face and laughing at him and saying, "I'm scared.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
put
right.
you beneath my feet because
Th-
you give me the authority to trample
Mm-mm.
over
mhm.
serpents and
That's right.
scorpions." She got to speak with
You know
authority.
what? Listen, let me ask you this, because it's something that's been revealed to me. So I don't mind people correcting me. That young man that's entered her life,
He'll test.
it's a lot. It's huh?
He'll
She said
test.
Huh?
he's a
He'll
test.
test. It's a test. He's a
Yeah,
test to break through her
yeah,
lustful, to see can she fall into temptation to
yeah,
her lustfulness. She's a
yes,
test.
yes,
He's a
yes.
test.
That's right. And he's
And
She's
before
not
packing
gonna do
those
it. She's
spirits.
smart.
No, no,
She's
no.
smart.
I'm saying he's
before
packing
you delve
spirits.
into that, Miss Electra, because I know where you finna go with that. Can you see the
Okay,
question on the screen, or do you want me to read it out to you?
read it because I can't see them.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Someone wanted to know your opinion. What do you think about Chrisean saying Carlissa can get the baby?
I believe that. Now of course, I disagree, but I
Hmm.
believe that was just a test
Just for
to
Carlissa.
see mhm,
Hmm.
her reaction.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you why people can say I'm crazy if they want to, because him and her probably was talking, and he probably said, "Just ask her,
Hmm.
see what her response is." You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I don't think it was something that I don't believe it was something she really
It wasn't a genuine
want to do.
thing, right?
No, no, no.
Like, let me
It was a
see. Let me
test.
see how she reacts when I say this, and she failed it
Yeah.
miserably.
She
Yes.
did. And it's
Yes.
not, she's not going to get him. And to the good Lord, see, fit Carlissa heart is right. Her heart got to be right.
Hmm.
Let me
And
tell
it's
you,
not.
And it's
she's
not.
got so much that she sent out that's gonna come back to her.
Ooh, Lord. Ooh.
A lot of what she sent out is coming back to her.
Ooh. Just people that's around her. Please stay
And
prayed up,
God
because
don't.
anything attached to
Mhm.
Carlissa, ooh, I wouldn't want to be nowhere
Well, the
around
ones
her.
that's around her are in accord with her. They aligned with her.
Yeah.
They're come
Mm-hmm.
line with her. They're in a coat with her.
Yep.
They're in a coat. They're
Y'all
Yeah.
come
right.
line with her.
Y'all right.
They look here. They
Y'all right.
good.
Just
They
cast me
good.
aside. Cast me aside.
So
Yes.
when the Lord get her, he gonna get them too. He'll get
She get them
everybody
Yeah.
at once.
too.
Ain't no
He
sense.
told them.
Hey, ain't no
Ooh,
sense in going to
Lord.
the garbage can
I
twice.
take it
Just put
back.
it all in there at one
Miss
time.
Electric. Miss
I
Electric, though
take
I
it
be
back.
telling people about being around Carmatic. Carmatic,
Hmm.
they used to karma. They get
Yes.
comfortable with you. They get
Hmm.
comfortable with you. So they'll try to
Hmm.
find someone who's a safe haven. And I know you know this
Hmm.
verse right here in the Bible. It say, "Do not assist the wicked, or misfortune will
Yeah.
fall upon your dwelling." So the
Yes. Yes.
person that she run to, that run around her, that enable her, oh, it coming to them. I seen it happen. I see it happen all the time.
Hmm.
You don't
Hmm.
Oh
assist the
yeah.
Hey,
wicked.
hey,
You
Jennifer. Hey,
don't assist
Sonia.
But
the wicked.
Hey, Miss Debbie.
that Jordan River it's gonna swell up on both sides.
Man,
It's gonna
Miss
swell
Debbie
up on both
said
sides.
they're going to turn on each other, and
They
that
are.
showed, if nobody noticed, when Ronald McDonald passed away, they all flipped
Hmm.
on each other as soon as they found
They
out
sure did.
he passed. They all flipped on each
Uh
Mm-hmm.
huh.
other
Don't need to.
They
on
sure did.
YouTube. The
Um,
girlfriend, what'd you say, Mr. Jim?
Hmm.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this, and I'm finna drop down because y'all, I'm
Okay.
so sleepy. I'm so tired.
Oh
I
yeah,
know
get
you
some
can tell
rest
my
up.
voice I'm drag. I am tired. Thank you, sweet. I'm gonna sleep, y'all. But let's tell you something. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. And Miss Lunch, she should know this verse too. It say, anger, anger is cruel, but get angry and do not sin. The
Hmm.
wrath,
Right.
the wrath of Father God Almighty come in like a flood, and jealousy
Hmm.
is dangerous.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Love y'all. I'm finna go
All
chill.
right.
All right, love you too, darling. Thanks for
Nice
coming up.
talking
I
to y'all.
appreciate
Nice
you.
chat. Love everybody.
All right,
Love you too.
be safe. Michelle, yes, I think her apology was definitely genuine, but
Hmm.
telling her that she can come get the baby, I don't think she
Hmm.
actually meant for her to come get the baby. And I
Yeah.
hope not.
She
My God, my
overtalked.
God. Yeah.
I believe she overspoke.
Mm-hmm.
And, on the inside of her, she wants her to have a relationship with him. But the way she loves and protects her baby, no, she leaving him with her.
Right. Right. Leaving him?
No,
Absolutely not.
no, no.
Absolutely not.
And see,
No,
let me
no,
tell you,
no.
Carlissa can never show any closeness to him because then she would upset that girl. And then she would look like she is betraying all these other people that she's involved with.
Mm-hmm.
The other baby
Right.
mama. I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. That people need to keep these two off their platforms. They're not there in person, but when you do mentions on them, when you pull up stuff, just put your material together and just talk about them. Stop putting them out there because you marketing them.
Right.
You
And I'm
bringing
guilty of
traction
that.
to them.
Mm-hmm. I am guilty of that
When
because I
you
do
know your
show.
stuff good enough,
Yeah.
mhm,
No, I was saying I'm
everybody
guilty of
out.
that too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, just yeah. It's like it's crazy, but it's true. You know, it's so true that
Mm-hmm.
you market them. You giving them free marketing. They don't care what people talking and what people saying. You're drawing people to them.
Mm-hmm. They don't care. You're absolutely right. They
They
don't
don't
care
care.
what
They
I
say
mean,
what
my
they
God.
say, and you're
Did you see
helping
what
them to
Carlissa
carry
did?
their narrative.
Jesus.
When she pulled her breast out,
Yes, Lord.
hmm she's just as unstable as she can be. But Satan keeps her standing because he needs her to continue to do his dirt.
Oof.
That's the only reason why she's still
Oof.
standing.
Oof. Jesus. And
And it's just, it's so many pieces to this.
mm-hmm.
And the good thing is that when you settle down and you work out of the conscious, it's better because your information is flowing. People are being informed. When you just got people just hollering and screaming and this is why this is that and I can't stand him and I can't stand her and I can't do that, you are not informing your audience. Research your facts, write your things
Mm-hmm.
down, lay them out, and you don't need all them clips. If you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna show some clips of the ones you support. I can't call you friend, but I'm gonna meet your enemies for dinner at 7 o'clock, and I know they're your enemies. And if I walk in there and I'm going to meet your enemies, and I walk in there and I sit down, and then you come in for whatever reason, you just stop by the
Mm-hmm.
restaurant. How that gonna make you feel?
Hey, Marty. Right.
How,
Miss
how you
Electra,
think that's
I
gonna make you
missed you
feel?
so much. Oh, I missed you so much. And
Yeah, I've been.
you up here speaking the word,
Yes,
baby.
she is, ain't
Cause
it?
I said the same thing. I've been listening, doing my homework. Miss Electra, I
Mhm.
said the same thing. I said that was a test from God testing
Yes.
Carlissa through Chrisean's mouth, and
Yes.
she failed that test.
Failed it.
Cause she shouldn't even came up here. She should have found a number or a DM, and if she really wanted it, she'd have asked and went. She wouldn't have, nobody would have known, that she did something behind scenes. She would have went to go see her grandbaby, but she
Mm-hmm.
failed that test. That was she failed it.
Yes.
Failed it
Uh-huh.
with
Yes.
flying colors.
Yep.
I ain't
She
say nothing.
completely failed it.
I didn't say nothing, but everybody was trying to beat that child up. Oh, don't let her see it. No, y'all, that baby was testing her.
Yeah.
See, God
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
is talking to that baby. God is talking to that baby real
Mhm.
good. And
Mhm.
he's sending out tests for her to see so he can open her
Yeah.
eyes more. He was
Yep.
opening her eyes more. Don't you go over there messing with those folks.
My Lord, my Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
That's what he was telling her.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what he was
they
telling
failed it.
them. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They did. They
Mm-hmm.
did.
Failed it with
They
flying
did.
colors. She
Filled
thought
it
it was
with
funny.
And you know,
gasoline draws on.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, that's why
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Pink,
Mm-hmm.
them
Oh, I've
clips
been
of
listening
them,
to you,
stop putting
baby.
them pictures because you bringing them demonic spirits on your stuff, on your platform.
Boy.
Even when you showing them,
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
even when you showing them, you bringing those. It's still a transferring of them spirits.
Yes. Yes. A picture of
You,
anything.
it,
It's a picture in everything. They
that's
want to
right.
take that baby soul. They want to take that baby soul and they want to come through by her fans and try to change
Yep.
us.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
That's why I
Hey,
tell them
hey,
I
Miss
don't go over
Sylvia.
there and watch her. I see it when somebody else posted. I don't go in there and look at Carlissa. After that last time I posted her,
Mm-hmm.
it's just something about her spirit that I
The
cannot
Her
energy
take.
that
picture.
comes off her
Mm-hmm.
videos, her pictures, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dark and
Yes.
um it's oppressing.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Yes.
the
Yes.
energy off of her is just so
and and
negative.
and and Pink
Mm-hmm.
and Jaden don't know that the devil was swallowing her through Carlissa while she think
Mm-hmm.
she got the mama in her back pocket. That's the devil you
Let
putting
me
in
tell
your
you
back
something.
pocket, baby.
Let me tell you something. Jaden is right in that game with Carlissa.
Oh
Carlissa
my
just
Lord.
driving the car.
Oh, okay,
Jaden know
okay.
everything. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you. She
Okay.
is connected to her because all she want to do when that man come out them prison walls, that's all she want him over there. That's it.
That's what I
My
said the other
Lord.
day. That's what I said the other
That
day
girl know
when
exactly what she
Carlissa
do.
was telling it. Carlissa was telling it to try to shame Chrisean. Yeah, she had cleavage on the phone with him and talking to him and this, that, like she throwing it at Chrisean. We don't care. We don't care. I heard it, but I didn't repeat it. I didn't repeat it
Mm-hmm.
one time.
Mm-mm,
Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I ain't got
mm-mm,
time for that.
mm-mm,
No
mm-mm,
energy.
Mm-hmm.
mm-mm.
You think you doing
That's
something.
right.
You think you hurting somebody. No, you ain't hurting nobody. I didn't repeat one thing she
Let me
said.
tell you
I heard
something.
everything she said.
Marty,
Marty, your
let me tell
Bluetooth
you
sound a
this.
little funny. It's the robot thingy with the Bluetooth. Marty,
Marty.
I
okay.
hear you. Yep, I hear you.
Do you have, is it AirPods that you have?
Nope, I'm just on my speaker now. The AirPods is gone. I'm just on my phone. You think
Okay,
I
make
should
sure
come?
you change it. Make sure you change it in your StreamYard settings. Make sure it has it on the right setting for your audio. Whatever your audio that you're using. If it's through your phone, make sure you change it in StreamYard. Just go to your audio.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh and come back. But I'm listening, Miss Electra. I'm coming right back. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
come back in.
listening.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna tell you this, Pink, and
Uh-huh.
this is through observation.
None of the
You
family
remember
and
when
mm-hmm.
you remember
Sorry.
when what's that girl name? His sister, what's her name?
Callie?
Callie. Ain't that her name? Yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And she said Jaden is a mean girl, but she's
Yes.
very manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Did she not say that? See, I ain't forget that.
Yep.
She's a mean
Yep.
girl. She's a pretty girl, but she's a mean girl.
She's a mean
She's
girl,
very
yes.
manipulative. She's gonna do whatever she has to do to get what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
His sister said
Mm-hmm.
that.
And
And
Yes, she did.
Carlissa said it.
when people sit up and try to, and that's what gets me. When people say, "Oh, she's such a cute girl," but y'all gone with that. I'm gonna leave that there. I ain't gonna even come in. But anyway, because if I'm trying to look like another woman and I'm trying to dress like another woman, something wrong with me. Okay, I'm just gonna
My
say that.
Lord. My Lord.
Mm.
My
Preach.
She was
Lord.
looking just like Chrisean for a minute there, and everybody act like they ain't see it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Every style
Mm.
that girl wore, every the lips, the clothes, all of that. She was dressing, trying to make herself look like Chrisean. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. Y'all,
If y'all think for 1 minute that this girl is innocent, y'all better think again.
absolutely
Cause the
not.
only
That bed
thing
wench is guilty. Guilty.
she is Carlissa in a much milder. See,
Mm.
cause she's scary. She's scary. She not bold. She not bold. Carlissa is bold. She don't care what she do. But that other one, she stand
And
behind
and
her
and the
because you know
reason
what?
and the reason why she
Hmm.
ain't bold, Miss Electra, because she already know at a drop of the dime, he don't want her. He don't care for her.
Thank
The
you.
one he cared
Thank
for,
you.
she stood there in that kitchen and she's
Mm-hmm.
noticed you acting different. That she here. She know her days is numbered.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
Yes, she
And
Hello.
she
does.
trying
Hello.
and she trying to sit up under Carlissa can't save you, baby. You better go on and get your own identity and go on and back off. Cause that man, when he get out, he gonna walk to Baltimore. I done told them. I done told everybody. Everybody don't believe me. They
It's
like, Murray,
over.
why you keep saying
As
that?
soon as he
Oh,
gets
he
out, it's
walked.
over for all of them.
Hmm.
It
He
is
walked. Oh,
over.
Hmm.
and Carlissa, I said, I want out the group chat. How many times you done heard me say this, Pink? I said, Miss Electra, I told him I want out the group chat because Carlissa
Yep.
gonna be up here crying and acting a donkey. And you know what a
And
donkey is.
She gonna
yeah,
have a
and don't
fit.
sit like I'm saying. Stop sharing them. Stop sharing her and
Mm-hmm.
that girl. You're giving them traction. You're building their foundation. You're
Mhm.
giving them free marketing.
You're right.
Talk
You're
about
right.
it, but you don't need no video. If somebody
You're
want to go
right.
search video, that's them. But you just talk
Ooh.
about it. Let your conversation flow. You're not her supporter. You're not their supporter. You support who you support, and that's who you have on your video.
Mysterious. She
You ain't
not.
trying to support them because it is
Uh-uh.
true. My daddy told me something years ago. He said, if you don't remember nothing else, somebody always want to be just like you,
Mm.
even if you ain't doing nothing. That's right.
Say it again.
That's
That
it.
Even
that
if
baby
you ain't nothing but
that
if
baby
you ain't
didn't do
nothing but a fool, if somebody want to be just
be
like you.
like you.
My
That
Lord.
baby didn't do nothing for a whole year, and Jaden still couldn't hold a cup, a 10 cent in a cup, and make no kind of
Mm-mm.
move, no kind of move.
Nope.
But then
Nope. Nope.
going to the studio yesterday
Spare
with
change, ma'am.
some hmm, hmm, couldn't do it,
That's
couldn't do it.
that's because she know he getting ready to get out,
Mm-hmm,
and she want to
mm-hmm.
go pretend like
She was
she
doing
on her
some
A
work.
game.
That's right. That's right. But
Mm.
But
your A game can't pay that money, baby. He owed too
mm-mm,
much, and you can't put a notch in that debt. You can't do nothing.
mm-mm,
You
Not at
don't
all.
got it. You don't
mm-mm,
got it, and you can't
mm-mm.
get it. Him or his
Nope.
mammy.
Nope. Nope.
They can't stand it.
Nope.
They cannot
Nope.
stand it.
But God
Was
gonna
somebody
forgive a lot of that. I'ma tell you, He is.
Mm-hmm.
There's some debts
Mm-hmm.
you owe. God will figure because God want him to get it right,
Yes.
not
Yes.
with nobody else.
And he's
God
still
wants
young
him to get
enough.
it right with him.
Yes. And he's still young enough to do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
like that baby said, I am the blueprint. She
Yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
She the blueprint.
Yeah.
They can do
Yeah.
it. They can do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
did. She said me and him. That's what she said at
Mm-hmm.
that airport.
Uh-huh.
We the
Yeah,
blueprint.
yeah.
She said ain't no more
Yeah, she
circus.
said it.
I don't know what y'all talking
Look
about.
here,
The
y'all.
circus is
Look here,
closed.
y'all. Diddy over there got a major case,
Mm,
and he ain't getting that kind of traction.
thank you. Mm,
I don't care who you put up there. They ain't holding no grounds on that internet.
nope.
But
Mm-mm.
you can mention any one of them. That's why they got to keep their names out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, the internet suffering.
Yep.
Yes,
Ain't
Lord.
nobody checking for them other people.
No, they over there fussing and fighting, trying to get views. I seen that
Mm-hmm.
today. I said, look at this, and I clicked off. They over there fussing
Yeah.
and fighting at the courthouse. acting a plumb fool.
That one that's part of the confusion
Uh-huh.
is over there cutting up at the courthouse.
Yes.
I've been wanting to talk
Yes.
about it, but I'm like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Me either. That's why I say they acting a
mm-hmm.
plumb fool. And ain't
Yep.
nobody covering that. I'm not covering it at all.
Yeah.
But me and you know what's going on. I
Yeah,
wouldn't cover
exactly.
that.
Because
That's
somebody
leave
told
it
us
alone.
in the chat yesterday.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
Acting a
like,
fool.
Tyrone was like, well, what is it? I
Yeah.
was like,
Skirt, skirt. We don't even want to talk about
we
it.
ain't gonna worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Cause that's a part of that train to mess with
It
this
is.
young lady as well. So that one would
Mm-hmm.
never get any traction on my
Yep.
page.
Because he wanted
That's
one of
what I'm
them
saying.
people that had the situation to come in between that
Mm-hmm.
stuff with Ronald McDonald and Chrisean. That's part of
Mm-hmm.
the issue. And here he
Mm-hmm.
is spiraling out of control now in New York at the
Yes.
Diddy trial.
Can't go nowhere. Just act a fool.
A fool
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
Miss Sylvia, I was just trying to say this is on the panel. Of course, we have Marty with the mask. Make sure y'all follow her. And we have Miss Electra James up here. She used to be a behavioral analyst for
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of people, a behavioral analyst for
Yeah.
years. So she
Mm-hmm.
was also, if y'all remember, Lady Tiffany. They used to be
Oh
talking or
Lord.
whatever with Ronald McDonald. You know, the one that was harassing Chrisean at the mall. She
Mm-hmm.
tried to speak some sense into. This is so funny that y'all are up here because both of y'all were on that panel trying to speak some
Yeah, we
sense
was.
into Lady
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany. My God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo! And here we are. As soon as it happened to him, they all
Hmm.
tried to throw each other under the bus. All of them.
Sure did. Sure did.
And y'all tried to
Sure
tell
did.
that girl, y'all were like, Lady T, you ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. Just stay over there. Don't even worry about all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. It's too much. But did she listen?
Yeah.
Nope,
Nope.
Nope,
not at
not at all.
all.
She turned on me, and I left
Didn't
her
listen at
alone.
all. And
Mm-mm.
good,
I, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
good.
don't want conversations, Marty. They just want to spin narratives. You can't do that and be effective.
Y'all definitely tried.
People,
My lord.
people are looking for information. We
Uh
live
huh.
in a world of information, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell
Mhm.
you, if you give people information, they will. That's the best. Pink will tell you. Tyrone tell. I've always told them when on y'all's platform,
Hey, Bridget.
say
Mhm.
what y'all say. Control your platform
Yes.
because whatever is said on your platform, people won't remember that Electra said that. People don't remember that Marty said it. They just know they got it from, that was over there on Pink's channel. That was on
On
Tyrone.
so and
I'm
so.
telling you.
Yeah. They don't care who said it.
So
Shoot.
they don't care who said it.
Uh huh.
So that's why I'm saying keep your facts. Keep your facts. That's all you got to do. If you're going to talk about something, this is what we talking about.
Mhm.
But we
Mhm.
ain't doing no videos. We ain't doing no videos. Why you think Sirius XM is so popular?
Hmm.
Because they start talking about on that urban channel, Joe Madison before he passed away. A lot of people after he passed away, they left that channel. They left Sirius XM. I was one of them, so okay.
Really?
But Sirius XM, yeah, because I wasn't really listening to it like I used to when Joe Madison was on there.
Huh.
Hmm. But they start talking about things that surrounded the black culture, talking about people historically that have done things like they was informing people. That's what drew people. That's what draw people today. People want information. They don't want gossip. Gossip only gonna take you so far.
Yes, Lord.
Information is going to build you. And they ain't showing no pictures of nobody. Whoever they talk about, they talk about.
Well, yeah,
That's up
that's
to you.
definitely true.
That's up to you to go. That's up to you to go research it. That ain't my job. I done gave you the information. Now go research it. That's that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say people think they're doing something by, oh, let me show you this clip of Carlissa. But y'all, the people already saw that foolishness. They don't want to see that foolishness no more.
Mm-hmm.
That turns people
My
off. People
Lord,
want
my
information.
Lord.
You can
Ooh.
sit on your platform and say, you know what? This is something that I'm just doing a mention on this. I saw this today, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go get the video. Because guess what? People don't want to see them. People on your platform because of who you support.
Mm.
That's facts.
That's very true.
I had a man told me one time, because I used to have to do T-close training, for law enforcement. And me being a woman, and I walk in the room with 250 men talking about law from family violence perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one man tried to be smart. I guess he looked at, like this tall, skinny black woman. At that time, I was 99 pounds, soaking wet. I guess he forgot I had the biggest microphone in the room. And so I'm just talking, and of course, they ask you questions about family violence. And then you got to know all these penal codes and stuff. I had to know all of that stuff. Every penal code that went under this section, that section, sexual assault section. I mean, like I had to know it. That was my job. I was younger then. So I can't do now what I did back then because I can't remember all that stuff. I go look it up. But I'm standing there and I'm talking because, they got to have this as part of their training. He hollers out, why do y'all always talking about women's issues, and y'all always building all these crisis centers, and I let him talk, so one of the guys that was there was like, hey, wait a minute, because they was officers from all over. I say, no, I'm glad he asked that question, because I got a response. The reason why we do it is because 95% of family violence that happens towards women. 5% happen towards men. But here's what I'll help you do if you want me to. I will send you some links to on some information on how to pull together an organization that could really help you get grants and get other things that you need to get. And then you can contact Texas Council on Family Violence, and then you can just go from there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, then you know what I mean? And then I went right on back to talk about what I was talking about. Man, you're not gonna throw me off. I'm gonna serve my purpose, then I'm out of here.
Right.
See, I could have got angry, but I just used that as an opportunity to educate him. They can't move before the people get me out of there. So, hey, once they get me out of there, then everybody can move and go where they going.
Right.
Yeah, he did that. But he was trying to embarrass me. I said, get this gentleman here your information. I'll get that information to you. Yeah.
Wow.
That was part of my job. That's what I did. The work I've done in the past with task forces and all of this stuff, and working with parents of murdered children, and just all of my work. I've done a lot of work, but the thing of it is I love my profession. I love what I went to school for. I studied it. I ate that stuff in the morning and went to bed full on it at night. People are priority to me, and I'm not going to play with somebody's life, and I'm not going to sit up and lie to make people feel good. I'm going to stick to the facts, because we can have different opinions, but we can't have different facts.
Ooh, come on now. Can't have different facts.
And another thing too, we said something about negative. See, negative thoughts, they are dressed up in truth. So when they get in your head and they try to these negative thoughts, they try to put these negative thoughts in your head and be saying stuff and trying to make you believe it. You have to say to yourself, ask your negative thought, who sent you?
Mm.
Get out of my head. Who sent you?
Interesting.
That's how you got to talk to negative thoughts. And negative thoughts come from negative people. And if you surrounded around negative, that's all you gonna think about.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
if you're a studious person, and you come on platforms that got nothing for you but information, you're not gonna worry about no negative thoughts because they sticking to the facts.
Hmm.
When I ask y'all to pull up anything, if I say something, I say pull it up. I ask y'all to pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to think that I'm just saying something. I'm talking through research.
Right.
You know,
And
cognitive
see, and
dissonance
then
is real.
and see you telling us stuff, Miss Electra. You telling us stuff that's teaching our minds and everything, but when they go over
Mm-hmm,
there to the devil is trying to teach
Mm-hmm.
them things,
mm-hmm.
to go against and to destroy. They not
Yes,
giving them facts or nothing. They just want to give them something to hate on and to stew in,
Yes.
yes,
with
yes.
different things. And them people, they don't know God, so they go over there, and
Mm-hmm,
that's why
mm-hmm.
they have that hatred and all of this,
Mm-hmm.
towards that
Yeah,
young lady, because
yeah.
the devil is sitting there in that class, and they sitting in that classroom listening to
Mm-hmm,
her, and she don't have
yeah.
not know what she's saying, but they
She have
don't
no
know
limit.
because that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
She don't have
She have no.
nothing,
She don't
nothing.
have no
My God.
enemies. She don't have no. She don't have no limits.
No
She don't have no.
boundaries. Uh-huh.
Satan don't have no boundaries. Satan
Ooh,
does not have boundaries.
Nope. Nope. And they
my
don't
And
Lord.
guess
understand.
what?
She's taking
He
them
never.
to HELL with her.
Yes,
First off, for
yes.
speaking on a child, but then you'll
Mm-hmm.
go and act like you crying and you so hurt. Well, they talked about my child. Well, your child is a
My
grown person.
child. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First
And
of
and and,
all,
and teaching
what
them
God
that
did,
way.
I'm gonna tell you something. What God did, she don't understand. See,
Mm-hmm.
God saved her child.
Ooh.
No, no,
Yes.
no, for real, for real.
Because he
God
could have got
saved him.
more time than that
Yes.
for what he
No,
did.
no, no,
Because of Krishan.
no. Let me tell you something. He was spiraling out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was and listen to me. This ain't had nothing to do with him and Krishan. Listen to me. He had so many people screaming in his ear and want him to do this and do that and do this and do that and do this and do that. And I know y'all heard when he was talking to them people on there, he he said, "Oh, I finally got somewhere. I don't have no responsibilities."
My Lord.
People thought he was talking about responsibility to women and children. That wasn't what he was saying. He finally got somewhere where he had answers to all these people that I need you to do this and I need you to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it, but I got to do it because I got to keep up this image that they want me to keep up. I can't even be myself.
Yes.
That young
Uh-huh.
man was tired. He was tired. He was
Yeah,
Wow.
tired.
cause he had his mama, he had Whack,
Everybody.
he had
Yes.
Hmm.
Jaden, he had all
Yeah.
of them in his
He had
ear.
to live
Now
for
I
all these
understand.
people.
Yes, now I
Yes.
understand. Because he wanted to love this girl. He know that's his child.
Yes.
Whack in his ear,
Yes.
talking about it ain't. We need a
Yes.
blood test.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
His mama, I don't want you
Exactly.
to
Even way
be with
before
her.
then.
You destined to be with Jaden. You
Yeah, way
just,
before
Hmm.
then. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
My
And
Lord.
that's what I'm saying. Like you have to know that this thing is larger than what you are seeing. This thing built up
Yes.
over the years because what happened when this young lady came in his life, God sent her. But when she came in
Mm-hmm.
his life, see, it folded into something that God ain't sent up for that part. That just got good to her, and that was it. You understand what I'm saying? But it just led to something else. It just led to something else, and it built from there. And guess what it did? It made him look like, you know what? When I'm with her,
Get out
I
my
ain't
head,
giving
Miss
everybody
Electric.
something.
Miss
I
Electric,
ain't
get out.
taking.
Miss Electric, get out of my head. I just say that baby came to him and he seen something different. His eyes
Yes.
was open.
Mhm,
Somebody
mhm,
appreciated
mhm.
just nothing. He ain't have to
Exactly.
give
And
her
he said
everything.
that. He has said that.
He said it,
He
and
said that.
because of that,
His friends have said
he
it
never
too.
forgot it. Uh huh. Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
man was on an interview and said she would give him her last. And that's what he
Yeah.
loves about her.
Yeah.
Anything he
And she.
needs, she will give it to him. My God.
Yeah.
Nobody else
Yeah.
has done that.
So it's nobody has done that for him. He calling her mama. She calling him
Mm-hmm.
daddy. It all goes back to that love tank. It goes
Mm-hmm.
back to the love tank.
That's what they were
She
missing.
hold his secrets. She hold his secrets. Don't y'all ever think that girl? I don't care how mad she get, and I don't care how mad he get. You don't hear them telling them secrets they told each other.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she know a lot of stuff that he went through,
Shoot.
and he knows a lot of stuff that she went through. And when she
Mm-hmm.
told that stuff about what her sister made her do, he told her go ahead on and tell it. She ain't just do it on her own now.
Mm.
Yeah, you remember that night when all that bust loose.
Mm-hmm.
So again, my thing is stop putting these people videos up. Stop putting them up. I'm telling you, you think your page growing now? It's gonna really grow. Don't nobody want to see them people.
Mm-hmm.
These people too negative.
Somebody had
It's a
another
way to put that.
question when you get a
Mm-hmm.
chance.
Go ahead.
So they said, why do people believe he's not coming home to her when he gets out?
Because you go back to the cognitive dissonance. It's because people have
Mm-hmm.
spent narratives and they've placed things in their heads.
Right.
And let me tell you this, a person can be with you, but they really not with you. It used to be a song long time ago. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. Yeah,
The
20
old,
years
the
ago. Who
old,
put that song out?
the
Look at Marty.
OJs, the OJs. Your
Why
body's
people make
here with me, but your
yes,
mind is on the other side of town, messing you
mm-hmm,
around.
that's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
Uh-huh.
And the thing of it is, it's right now. Right now, there's so much going on, and people are saying that because they see this other little. I don't even like mentioning that boy's name, but anywho,
Freaky.
that that
And
ain't nothing
and
but
and they thought Carlissa won by putting that boy's shoes and that bandana in that Bible.
well, they sent Friggy, okay? They sent this
Mm.
boy. Say what you want to, but they sent that boy. Look how he over there. Look how he got there. Oh, they sent that boy.
And that's gonna come out too, just like when they
Yes,
sent
it
that other
sure
boy.
is.
It's
Sure is.
Ronnie couldn't get it done, so they sent
He
this boy.
he showed it. He showed it to us, but didn't nobody pay attention when he went to go follow
Hmm.
Carlissa. I
Yep.
seen it.
Hmm. Yep. You talking about
Mm-hmm.
this one here? How
They
you
Yep,
messing up.
I'm talking about
you
Figgy.
you
Sure is.
you supposed to be liking this girl, but you over there following the woman that talk about her child?
Yep.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Make it
See,
plain.
everybody want to look at this like a sexual thing. God ain't worried about no sexual thing.
Mm-hmm.
God wants their soul. He wants that boy's soul. He wants Blue saved. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
But Blue the
They
only
don't
one can
want it.
surrender to him. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want it. Why you think they got so mad after that Q&A? They wasn't thinking about what he doing with no sending no flower, no card, nothing. They wasn't thinking about that. What made them mad, the devil mad, was the fact he said that because him and her were learning the word of God together, and he appreciated her and he thanked God for her, and because not because of the relationship stuff, because he was learning the word, he was growing in the word.
Mm-hmm.
And Satan got mad, and it's been crazy ever since.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Go back
Because
and listen to that
and the
Q&A.
devil showed they hand, because that's all Carlissa keep talking about. I'm gonna keep going off because after that Q&A
That
set
Q and
her
A.
Mhm.
on fire.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
it did. Yes, it did. And she
Hey,
never
Irene.
forgot that.
Mm-hmm.
And other people that's in that cult with her, they right there with it.
There
That
you go.
and I'm gonna say this here: whichever way he go. Can't nobody control that. But here's the thing: if you think for 1 second that boy ain't still got that girl heart, and that
Of
girl ain't
course.
still got that boy's heart, think again. Because you can't turn love on and off like that quick.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. And this is much larger with them than a bedroom. It's much larger.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because spiritually, God was building something with them.
Yes. Yes.
God was building something. And they both they both grieved the spirit. Let me go and say it. They grieved the spirit because why? They played into the wiles of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
When they got mad, they forgot all about that Bible. They forgot all about praying. They just start going at each other. And I could imagine, how your parents used to do when they say they fold their arms and stand there and look at you when you was little and say, "I'm just gonna see how far you can go. I'm just gonna see how far you gonna go." And that's what God did with them. They grieved the spirit, y'all.
Yep. And he
They
set
didn't get
both
in
of them.
trouble with the people.
Nope,
They
they
got
got
in
into
trouble with
trouble with
God.
God. And that's why
They
he
Mm-hmm.
are in
set
trouble with
and
God.
that's why he set both of them down. He
Thank you.
worked on her a little harder and told her to
Mm-hmm.
get out there and get that boy by the collar, and you bring him
Mm-hmm.
back to me. And
Yep.
you bring them back to me any means necessary. I
Mm-hmm.
got you
Ooh, Lord.
covered. I got you
Yep.
covered. Go
Yep.
into the lines then, baby. Go get him
Mm-hmm.
and bring him home.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
lion's den is Carlissa, because she is that Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better listen to
Mm.
Miss
Mm-hmm.
Electra. Y'all better
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
listen.
Because with God, this ain't no love story. What this is their relationship with God and what they were supposed to do. And he gave her orders down there in Oklahoma. Yes, he did. Y'all saw the interview, what she said. That the Holy
Mm.
Spirit told her when she was sitting in that cell.
Mm-hmm.
God gave her the orders. And she was
Yes.
pulling him in. God had already equipped her. That's why she was able to draw his attention. So wherever he go, he go.
Mm-hmm.
But God be with him.
and Miss Electra, and he used that other boy, but that other boy was on them rugs. That boy wouldn't speak nothing bad about
Girl.
her spiritual thing. He told them, "Oh no, wait a minute, she's always been like that." When we was in
Yes.
trouble,
Yeah,
that baby dropped down to her knees and went to
sure
pray.
did.
Hey,
Sure
he
did.
let y'all know then. But wasn't nobody
Yeah,
listen. See, I sit back and I listen. They
yeah.
be telling you
He
stuff,
kept
but he
he
told them
kept going
she ain't
against the
fake with that.
script.
Yep.
He
He said
kept
he
When
going
he,
against the script.
yeah, that contract, he broke the contract.
Yep.
Yes. Yes,
But
he
here's
did.
another thing. When Dre was trying to tell people how his brother was being set up, and he said, somebody was interviewing him, and he said, and he called Jaden, but Jaden acted like she didn't care. But he didn't want to tell Chrisean because he knew that she was going to try to do something about it and get involved, and he was protecting her. Dre said that.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Dre know. It's
Oh,
a
shoot.
fact. I don't care how
That's why
mad
he
that
went
girl
quiet.
get. Yeah, I don't care how mad she get with him, she still gonna pray for him. Don't y'all think she ain't praying for him up in that prison?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She praying for him. She talking to him. I keep saying they are still in contact. Do not think anything of this figgy friggy mess. He is not
Mm-hmm.
important. She does
Mm-mm.
not. That's
She
not a
let it
factor.
she let it be known and throw hints out when she was talking to Funny Marco. Longest we can wear blue.
We're
Come
blue.
on, y'all. She telling y'all.
And when she
Y'all just
went
gotta
off on
listen.
Carlissa in the comments,
What she
Marty, when
said?
she went off on Carlissa in the comments on under Hot T's post, she was like, "Does she not know who I am?
Yes.
Does she not know who I am?
Yes.
When me and Blue are locked in, it's
We are
forget
locked in.
everybody
It's a
else."
wrap. Yes. Yes.
That's still a plan.
But
This
see,
figgy thing
she
is
don't
nonsense.
but she
It's
don't.
nothing.
Carlissa is
Now, what
not.
did she say about Funny Marco? She said
Funny
something to Funny
Marco
Marco.
invited her to the prom today, and she said, "Long as we can wear blue." I said, "There you go, there you go." She giving
Here it
y'all look.
is.
She giving it
I
to
got
y'all.
it. I got it. 1 second.
Mm.
Here you go.
She giving it to y'all.
Here it is,
Chrisean,
Miss
Chrisean,
Electra.
what are you doing?
Can y'all hear it?
Look, okay,
Yes.
so are you busy
I
right
hear
Okay.
it.
now? What's up? What's up, Mark? Okay, so I got a question. Okay, okay, look, all right. Okay, so it's a prom coming up, right? Why are you laughing?
Because.
Can you go to prom with me? Funny Mike prom?
Yeah, I go with you.
No, you promise?
I go. You funny as shit, of course.
No,
I'll have a good time.
only because I'm funny.
What?
No. Okay, so look, what color will we wear to the prom?
Just don't wear blue.
They said you want to see Fiona.
Yeah,
Only if we can wear blue.
So I'm trying. All right, so Funny.
Only if we can wear blue.
Chrisean, what are you doing?
Only if we can wear blue. That's what she said. Only if we can wear blue. She keep throwing the hints out.
Yeah.
But you said couples gotta go. You gotta call me attractive. I'm not attractive.
But again.
But hey, listen. I ain't gonna lie. Like he was banned at first, but if he's going with you, he's got a green light. Like yeah, like if that's between me and him.
So for time when we get there, we gotta be a real couple though. That's the thing. I'm not like you know. Okay, all right. He's trying to get you, Chrisean. All right, tell her. All right, look.
Hey Marco, you can't fuck this up for you. I can see it now. Funny Marco and Chrisean.
She can't go by herself. She can't go by herself. She's not going.
Yeah, she's going with you. He say, so this official. Before I announce this, is it official? You and him.
Yo, she wild as Wait, you said couples gotta go. You
Hey,
gotta call me
Irene.
attractive. I'm not attractive. Why you doing?
But hey, listen.
But yeah, so yes, even when she's streaming with
Okay.
people, even when she's streaming, she still listen to what she's saying, y'all. She keeps throwing out these hints. She's still with this man.
Yeah.
Figgy is a non-factor.
And all them girls. T. Jackson say one of them got Porter in their name. It don't matter what they
It
got.
don't. That's why.
She got the heart, the brain, and all that, baby. All that belong to her. You'll see him walking
That's
when
the
he
one that has
when he
never
get
met
out.
Blue a day in her life.
Mm-hmm.
She's never
What?
met him. Yes, the one. I think I mentioned her. I didn't say her name, I don't think, but she just got into it with Carlissa because she's supposed to be on, I guess, one of them shows that they're trying to promote for Blue to do. Because remember, I told you that he's under contract. He's under like a soul contract with WAC, right? Because
Yeah.
WAC has power of attorney and he's still a manager or whatever. So one of the girls that was supposed to be on the show, if the show's gonna come out, has Blueface's name tattooed on her twice, and somehow there was a falling out. She called out Carlissa. She called out some other people in the background that's associated with hate pages, are hate pages, and she's the one that said, "You all will be surprised to find out who called the police to get Chrisean locked up." So again, this goes back to whenever I said they're not thinking about who they're dealing with when they're dealing with these people. When they try to find people to come against Chrisean and do all this negative stuff, y'all aren't doing your research. You tried to do it with Ronnie. That failed. You tried to do it with Lady Tiffany. That failed, because where the heck is she now? You trying to do it with these other girls to cause division and make Chrisean not want to be with Blue. And Blue, he don't care about none of these women. You had a falling out with this one girl. If they keep having falling outs with people, all their business is going to be exposed. They tried to shut down the girl that they're talking about now, that has Porter as her last name. Her name is K Blueface. Never met him a day in her life. Ever. Has never met him. But she's a rapper or whatever. What were you saying?
You know what gets me with all of this foolishness? Now, they sit here, they going out their way to try to help somebody destroy somebody else.
Yes.
You ain't gonna never grow. You're not gonna never grow.
And destroying themselves in the process.
Yes.
And see, the baby mama, the only thing she worried about, she got them 2 kids and she just want to play family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's
it. She don't care. She don't care what they do.
But the devil over there on her shoulder done already told everybody else. I don't know why it don't apply to her. Don't no kids, keep no nigga.
She told her that.
Yeah, but you know what? She don't believe that. But I'm gonna tell you like this.
Exactly.
People say what they won't say and get mad if they want to get mad. But everybody that want to sit there and support her and talk about, oh, he did this to her and the shame. Girl, that girl was that girl was crawling up in the bed right there with the other women. She wasn't mad about that. She was laying down with women by herself. When he went over to that house, and that little boy was downstairs. She was up there in that room with Bookie. Okay, ain't nobody mad about that.
She wanted Chrisean, but Chrisean wouldn't do it. She wanted Chrisean, but Chrisean wouldn't do it.
That's right.
He wouldn't be mad at her if she was laying up with her. Come on, y'all.
She wanted her for herself.
She wanted her, yes.
But ain't nobody talking about that. All they want, I just feel so. Girl, ain't nobody even know you. Ain't nobody even know this man had 2 children.
He only had one.
Ain't nobody know that man had. Well, you know, I'm just
I'm gonna say one in a possible.
They still have, okay. At the
That's what
See,
time,
I'm gonna
he
say.
only had Javon because that
that's
girl got pregnant when he was with Chrisean. He was publicly
yes,
with Chrisean, and then here comes
yeah,
Journey.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
She
still the
sure did,
possible.
Robin. She sure did put it in the song, in that Barbie song. You should have
Did
asked
she?
me. Yes, she did. She said
Oh,
it's
oh,
something like this. You
couldn't
should have
keep him with
asked
the
me.
baby. Should have asked me.
Yep. Uh-huh. And she was talking about herself, dummy. But
Hmm.
he wrote the lyrics. He was
He
telling
wrote
her
it.
right then and there. I'm
He
just
made
saying
her look a fool with all the songs that
those
she did.
lyrics. That's right. Because it
Every
all turned
song.
back on her.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Even if he do go back over there, I'm gonna tell you like this. This Negro tore up Los Angeles. He tore up
Yes, he
Los
did.
Angeles.
Had us up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You remember? That's why I want out
Did
the
he
group
not?
Boy.
chat
Did
when he
he
come
not tear
home.
up? He tore up Los Angeles.
Yes, he did.
Now, what Negro don't want you, but he tearing up a whole state.
Hmm.
Wait, a part of a state,
Yes,
California.
yes, he
Hmm.
did.
He
Yeah,
tore up the whole
man,
county, LA County. Yes.
he tore it up, baby.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
once she gave him some attention, he was humble as a lamb.
He put his thumb in his mouth and he went to sleep like a
Yes, he
baby.
did. And she snuck out of there.
My God.
But he said the story didn't end. The story didn't end. Oh, you gonna go speak out, go back over there, okay, I got something for you. He went over there, the house ain't moving. I'm finna go tear this
Uh-huh.
house up.
Yep, 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 yep.
Took
And I
the
ain't never
tore
and
the
I ain't never
hinges off the
seen him.
darn door, child. Wrecked his
And,
own
and,
car.
and look, y'all, it jumped on Jaden and threatened to lead the kids across the street.
And then got in the grandma and sat in the back seat and cried.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, got in
yes,
grandma's car, sat in the back seat and cried.
Hmm.
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So, yeah,
Folks were like, "Who's
people
that
say
woman
what they
he's riding
Look,
with,
look, Miss
Grandma?"
Electra, I'm getting pink. I'm taking pink off my speed dial. When that man get home, Tyron coming off, everybody coming. I'm getting me some sleep because I'm just gonna ride down the highway and give him a sandwich and some water. Go on and get your woman, boy. And I'm going to sleep. I'm going to
Hmm.
sleep.
That's what's gonna
It's gonna
happen.
be messy. I'm just gonna
Yes.
send him a sandwich. Look, DoorDash, it's a long neck guy walking down the thing. Just gonna give him a sandwich. It's
A
okay.
long
Tell him
neck
this
guy.
from Auntie. This from Auntie Marty.
He round now, so he probably. I don't know if the
Hey,
long
hey,
neck is gonna work.
and look, he gonna need to lose a little weight. He gonna need that walk.
He
But
got
I'm
that
getting
pregnant
out
look
of the
to him
group
now.
chat. Yes. I'm getting out the group chat cause Carlissa gonna be on her broom with the Bible, holding one leg, and Jaden gonna be on the other. This is about to be a pure D mess, and I'm
when
out the group chat.
when Blue comes out,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to. I feel like he's going to denounce so many people, and
Mm-hmm.
Carlissa
Mm-hmm.
is just going to go on a mad rampage all through
Mm-hmm.
the internet streets.
Yeah.
Pink, highlight what Jackie said. She sure did. Talking about some she called off the wedding. No, he left you, honey. Yeah, highlight that. Highlighted that line wank. She
Jaden tried to
sure
say she
did.
called off the wedding. No, he left you. Actually, Carlissa tried to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Carlissa said that because
And
Jaden was
said
like, "I
that
tried to get
betrayed
married and
her.
it didn't work. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't work." And Carlissa, the author of Division, she
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Well, you called it off. He still felt the same, but you called it off. You left him." Yeah, okay, girl. We all know what the heck happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was a
Mm-hmm.
ruse. It was a ruse and a
Mm-hmm.
game. Nobody ever believed
That's
that
right.
during engagement. She don't even say she was
Mm-hmm.
engaged.
She forgot that. She forgot, and I hope y'all listening, Carlissa. You forgot that Chrisean saved Jaden by taking him out of there because he was ready to get her, so she got a chance to get her clothes and move out of there.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't forgot about that. She saved that young lady because you
Yep.
know your son be putting hands on her. Chrisean
Carlissa
took
tried to
him
say
out of
she
there with her.
betrayed her. Girl,
Mm, mm.
That girl just as
girl.
evil as Carlissa, and people say what they want to. She just as evil as Carlissa.
Yes, she is. I've been saying
Yeah,
it. Yes, she is.
that
She don't have no
she
choice
is
though
just.
because she was groomed by her. No, she came in evil, and then
Yeah.
she she was groomed by some ancient demon, Carlissa. Because she's
Mm-hmm.
not human. I don't consider Carlissa a human. So
Mm-hmm.
she's been groomed by her entire life since she was what, 14, 15,
Now
14?
Pink
Huh?
and Miss Electra, I got a question for y'all. Did y'all hear this? See, I listen very well, very well. I try to interact and get into people. Did y'all hear
Mm-hmm.
Chrisean let it be known that while he was in jail after all this had happened, he wanted her to put hands on Jaden and she said no. Did y'all hear that?
Oh yeah,
Chrisean
that.
said it in the car.
Yeah, Krishan
Oh,
said
okay.
that because Stewie was out here acting a plum fool, and I guess now I'm just assuming, but yeah, that's what Krishan said, and I believe it because I mean he done said it before.
I think
He
it was
told her
that
to put
time
hands
when
on
they
his
was
own
going
mama.
backward. I think it was that time when they was going backwards and forth when she was talking about the child support. Pink. Think about it. When
Okay.
she was putting him out there and he wanted
Mhm.
and she said, I couldn't do that. I'm on probation. You remember?
Yeah. I just couldn't pinpoint when exactly that would have been because I mean it's so many things,
It
but
was it
yeah,
was that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, when
And
that
yes,
girl
Miss
was
Real,
lying
I
on him
understand.
about the child support.
Yep.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
just pay your child support or something. She's never even been on child support. Bed went. She's like, what? Making it seem like he's a bum dad, and you never said he was. So I'm
Right.
confused.
Right.
So yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. Yep.
hmm
Yep.
Yes, Miss D Real, I
And
I
that
completely
let
understand
it
you.
be known. That's why I know, that still photo. I don't think he's talking. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, I
Y'all
don't
can.
think so
I
either.
I don't
I
either.
don't.
I
I,
think that's
I think
AI
that was
stuff.
a
I think that's
still
AI.
photo. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. I
I
think
don't
that's
I
that
don't think it's real.
AI stuff. A lot of that AI is being used.
hmm
It really is. I told y'all that man they moved $5 million into an account that he ain't even know about. But AI had it like it was him. Had him up on the TV like it was him.
Not a darn hologram. Mm.
I'm telling you, hey, like I was like, man, somebody I should have called and say, hey, I need 5 million. I'm him.
I'm him.
I'm
Right.
him. I'm him in my mind. I'm him. Send me that. Me. He said, go put this in such and such account. But no, that really, really happened. That AI is tough. And I'm like you,
Sure
Marty.
is.
I was saying the same thing, man. This stuff don't even look real. Something ain't right here.
Yeah, it's not.
Cause
And
on
she
the
had to be
video he
naked.
didn't move. She had him on the phone. You would see him moving. He just stuck holding the phone. So he just froze for you. Mama, hurry up and take this picture. No, no,
Right.
no. You can't fool me.
Mm-mm,
And she had to be naked
mm-mm,
both times. Like why? Why do we need to see this? Why? And we had to
hmm.
know that her and Mr. Sappho were having like some form of intercourse. Why do we need to know that?
Yep.
Why? That's just so
That's what
weird.
I'm
But I
saying.
mean,
Yeah,
she
because
pulled her
people,
titty
I'll
out.
tell you
So at
why.
this point, whatever.
But I'm telling y'all, she's doing things to stay in the rhythm.
Yep.
She knows that there are certain sites that's going to pull up her videos. It gives her traction.
Mm-hmm.
It gives her traction.
And she know how to play the internet. Like when she pulled out her
Yeah.
breast, that's why she got off the thing and deleted the because she's supposed to be off the internet after that. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't got no pictures of her and Dre. She ain't got nothing going on
No.
with her and Dre. Ain't that your son still? Or you just
Mm.
disowned him?
Mm.
Mm. He ain't the chosen one.
No.
Mm-mm,
He's trash.
mm-mm.
That's
Yeah.
like when she threw Callie under the bus the other night.
Yep.
She said they asked about Callie, and she was like, "Oh, she's somewhere drunk, girl. She hungover." Why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
And how
One
do
Because
you
she
know
don't
percent?
that
care.
when the
Exactly.
child ain't even connecting with you?
Her son was over there at her
You
house, so you basically saying that in front of her son. You
Yep.
said
She
it in
she
don't
don't
front of
care.
care.
Carter.
She don't care.
She don't care.
Hmm. They
I want to
crucified her. They
mhm.
crucified her, so she gonna crucify them.
I
Mm-hmm.
want to finish playing this so I can get Miss Electra and Marty's perspective on it.
Okay.
Stop calling our phones. Like, Cameron's trying to do something. We getting harassed with threats, like real threats. Like, y'all think it's kiki, ha ha. It's not funny. Like, who said it? Who said it? Oh, Jason Lee. I watched something Jason Lee said. He was like, all jokes aside, like, is she okay? Like, y'all see a lot of stuff happening, but like, bro, I'm a human being, bro. Calm down. Like, they more excited about my blessing than I am. Like, I'm like, dang, I can barely see that shit. It's like that. Hey, I'm a player, but I'm telling you, your haters will see more than you can see about yourself. That should motivate you. But like, yeah, I don't know why they just be including the grandparents. Like, let grandparents be grandparents. You don't gotta do all that stuff. Thanks for packing my stuff up. That's okay. But shoot, you don't gotta do that other stuff to make it seem like something else. There's some evil shit going on. I ain't over you. That's why I haven't been to LA. Like when Blueface did that shit with Bravo. Like,
And then Papa Blue took to his Instagram to show that he did follow the orders of his son. Check this out.
I don't want to see that. Let me see if the rest of what she said is up here. Because she said something about. Oh, did she say it was something evil going on?
Yes.
I think she just said that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She said that's why she hasn't been back to LA.
That's Whacking Carlissa that she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
the Dancer Project pulled it out too, because they was calling them and asking them why was they giving her a platform. They want to shut that girl's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do, because she has so much that boy has told her,
Mm-hmm.
and they know it. She's got his secrets, and he's got her secrets.
Mm-hmm.
For real. For real.
And that
And
young man told, by that girl having that thing, that I think Blue talked to them because they brought up his when Wack went on there and they interviewed him. He was telling them, that Blue didn't have this upbringing and all of that. And the devil spawn came out and went off on them people. You don't know how. And I think Blue
Oh, she
told them
sure
some
did.
stuff. Yep. Gotta pay attention.
She sure
Yep.
did. She went
That's
off
right.
on them
Mm-hmm.
who?
in her
Who?
the
Carlissa.
Carlissa. She's
Mhm.
so upset because the Danza guy, he was saying, like, basically she was a crazy lady.
Well,
Basic,
she is.
like,
He ain't lying.
exactly.
That woman in love
Exactly.
with her own son. Let's just go and be honest about it.
Yes.
That woman is
Mm-hmm.
in love with her own son,
Yeah.
and
It's
it's sad,
terrifying.
because it's no way that you got 3 kids and you so invested in one kid.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Yep.
3, and you invested in one like that.
And
Right.
It's just crazy.
somebody tried to tell me, Miss Electra, I was talking about that yesterday, and someone was trying to tell me, but Dre don't want her saying nothing. I said, Blue and Kelly don't want her saying nothing about him. She's
That's right.
saying let for his mental break. Well, they have mental things going on too, but she still
Exactly.
talk about
Yeah,
them. So that's no
she sure
excuse.
do.
She don't want to talk about him. I had to tell
Exactly.
somebody that.
She does what she wants.
Yes.
Yeah,
She does what she
yeah.
wants. You think she listening to Dre because Dre
Right.
said don't
No,
talk about me? She gonna do that? Blue
No.
said
no.
it a long time ago. Did she ever stop?
Yeah,
No.
she's
She
not
she
gonna stop
she
because she
wasn't
make money off his
speaking
name.
on him because she was embarrassed telling us that Dre was overseas and over there doing preaching and all of that. And all in all, he
In
wasn't
every continent on the earth.
yep,
Yes.
yep. So she was embarrassed. That's why she wasn't speaking on him. And now she really embarrassed because we know that the lawyer ain't talking to her and she done messed up and that baby can't come to her house and she ain't got the money to bail him out. So she ain't gonna talk about
Mhm.
him because it's gonna be questions behind that and
Mhm.
she ain't got the answers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's
It's gonna all this stuff is gonna come to a head. I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
you, it's gonna all come to a head.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, and I know people got their issues with Blue, but I'm gonna say like this: the human side of him, I feel like God is working with him.
mhm.
I feel as though he's a young man who's really, really, really was kind of like in life all over the place.
Right. I mean,
And
my
then
God.
finally, he met
Sheesh.
somebody that started giving him structure, started giving him a purpose for living. And
Mhm.
because of that, it pulled him away. And when it pulled him away, it pulled his money away because he wasn't accessible.
Mhm.
And you still have to pray for people. You can't just throw people away because of stuff you see in the natural, because it's something in the supernatural that God sees and God is trying to do in and with his life. That young man, that stuff that they found in that cell, you know what that tells you?
Mhm.
That he was doing that out there. That's why he was so all over the place at times. He was trying to deal with life itself. He was trying to cope with life itself. But he was doing things that would slow his brain down. That's what
Mm.
Cope.
drugs do
Yes, to cope with what he was going through. Say it,
to
Miss
cope with
Electra.
that. He
Wow.
wanted to make decisions. And I'm not just trying to make something up to make something up. That's not who I am. He wanted to build a life with this young woman. He called that bishop. He called that bishop. He set all that up
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
to get married. He did that. She didn't do that. He did that
Yep, she told it.
because he really wanted them together as a family. He saw her in that role. When he said, "You my rock, you my world," he meant that. He meant that. And everybody is, saying different things. But I can say this:
Acting
when it's true
acting like
love,
mm-hmm.
when it's true love, it's hard to get together because Satan knows if you get together, you're gonna be powerful. And then God was in the midst when she
Thank
was
you.
doing what God told her to do down there in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
She was
And,
doing
and
it.
and that's why, and Miss Electra, that's why the devil couldn't understand it, because Carlissa was trying to
Good
tell people, she told people, you can't get married in jail. Yes, you can. Yes, you
Girl,
Yes, you
can.
can.
But
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
you just hated it.
everybody believed it because they don't understand the power in God. You ain't gotta walk
Yeah,
down the aisle and have that fancy, all of this, that, the other. When you get married and you get married in the eyes of God, you're married.
They
But
believe it
she
because
hmm,
don't
they don't want
understand
you to
it.
believe anything else.
Yep.
right, right. And they're gonna do it. Like it's gonna be a lot of trickery going on. They already setting it in place. That's why when people tell me, "Oh, Jaden so beautiful. I just say, oh, okay, y'all go ahead. y'all, y'all go ahead. I'm telling you, hey, we can have different opinions, but we can't have different facts, and everybody know what the real facts is.
My
But moving
Lord.
right along,
My Lord.
I just don't get what people. Oh, she's such a precious little girl. Anybody else, well, I'm just people love who they love. I'm just gonna go and say this. Anybody, any other man that got a woman and he don't mind that woman laying up with other women, and they can sit there and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no way you can say you love me. And
Yep.
you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Not
Just quick
only
to throw her
that,
away.
y'all doing all this stuff up in the bed with other women,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gonna act like something's going on with Sadie? No,
Mm.
you want Sadie in there? Get out of here.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Sure
But one
do.
thing about it, you have to find forgiveness. You have to find forgiveness.
Mm.
You can't go around just angry and upset with each other. You gotta find forgiveness. And that's what both of them have to find.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's go and be real. Both of them have done things to hurt each other. One just wasn't extreme as the other.
Right.
And so, how can you say you love me, but you won't hold me accountable?
Mm.
If you love me, you love your kids, right? You hold them accountable. When you love people, you hold them accountable. I understand your views, but let me tell you my views,
Mm-hmm.
my take on it. Because otherwise, all you're going to do is build hate.
Mm.
And God ain't in the middle of that. God ain't in the middle of no chaos. God ain't in the middle of no confusion. God ain't in the middle of that.
Amen. We
So,
had another question. What
mhm.
do you think of Carlissa's kids coming to the internet about her parenting style, her actions, etc.? Do you think that's spiritual as well?
No, I feel like that shouldn't have been done. And I feel like that's something that should have stayed in the family. Um, because all it did, it just helped to create more chaos because they were doing tit for tat, and tit for tat does not benefit anybody. It just
Mm.
escalates. In other words, they started a fire before they put the other fire out.
Mm.
You go to even scriptures say that, with if your brother do something or offends you, you go to your brother. You don't go to the world.
Mm.
You go to your brother. So no, that was not spiritual behavior. It wasn't.
Miss Electra, I got something to
Mhm.
piggyback off that. I think it was a cry for help because it was a video where
Mm-hmm.
Carlissa came to his house and Blue was trying to tell her this was after, the fight and everything with her and Rock. And he told
Mhm.
her that was one day.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's going on?
No, that was
Uh
my
oh.
phone ringing.
Okay. He
That's okay.
told
It's cool.
her he told her about leading and what she do, and he told her her army would be messed up and shot down because she don't know how to lead or try to do
Mhm.
anything with anyone,
Mhm.
far as her kids and stuff. And he told her, I don't interfere in your relationships and stuff, and you interfering in mine, and after that they didn't talk no more.
I also feel like going along with the cry for help because, um, like what Miss Electra was saying about her focusing on Blue so much, you have the other ones crying out like, What about me? What about like Callie? Callie's been saying, what about me? What about me? Look at me. Look at me. She's trying to be seen by her mother. She's trying to be noticed by her mother. And well, that's what I took
No, it's
away
true.
from her, because it's like she's trying to get in her good graces, even though she has said it on live before that she thinks John is her favorite, Blueface is her favorite, and so she's
Yeah,
doing
she's
everything
had
she
it.
can. Uh-huh.
And that she cares more about Jaden than she do her. She said that too.
Oh, did she? Jesus.
One time,
Yes, she
yeah,
sure
Callum
did.
had said she said that. She said she cares more about her than she does me.
That's so sad.
Because
So
you see, Pink, how she wanted them to get back together, and ever since then, have you seen her and Jaden together anymore?
Mm. Yeah, I think that was only for the show. I think that was really just for the show. Because I mean, they weren't talking. They weren't. Her and Jada weren't even cool. It really just seemed like it was for content only. And at this point,
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, at
Go
this
ahead.
point, it just seems like Carlissa is doing everything for content. She doesn't care about her children, her grandchildren, how they feel, because they've been, like they said, crying out for help. They've been trying to reach out to her, like, hey, look at me, I'm your child too. It's not just him. And now Callie is out here running around in the streets, getting thrown out of clubs and stuff, looking crazy, getting kicked out of hotels. Yes.
Oh
Did you
Lord.
see that?
No, I didn't. And I'm gonna tell you this too. I want what's on my head like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The only thing that Carlissa sees as family, and this is all out of honesty, as long as she's got Blue, Jaden, and those two kids, she don't care about nobody else. I can tell you.
Right.
She don't care about nobody else. She'll go over there and live in a house with them, and wouldn't care if she had to watch the kids all day, just long as she could be over there and feel like her fantasy has been fulfilled.
Oof,
That's
Jesus.
it.
Yes, because in her
That's
next
all
clip,
she wants.
she sat down with them and talking about she doing a record label and asking
Oh,
her
what?
what. Yes, said she what happened with MILF Music. It's time to do a record label. She told Javon he can be Whack 100. Oh, girl, she is the Lou.
I'm telling you,
My
she is
God.
really, that is what she wants. That is
Mm-hmm.
nothing else matters to her.
That's
Nothing.
terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
She just want this boy and this girl together with the two kids, and then her being there and always having something she can say and going over to the house. She want to play that family thing like a movie.
But in
Yeah.
the clip, Miss Electra, they was all sitting down having breakfast, and she told Jaden. I mean, she keep playing Jaden on the TV that it is so it's terrible. But this is the bed you made. While they sitting there, she told Angela to come in. This is on the next episode.
I don't
Wow.
watch that mess. I don't watch
I
it,
I
and I
don't
don't
either.
support
I just
nothing.
I
I don't
just seen the
support
clip.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
I don't.
don't support.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I don't support it. I
Mm-mm,
just seen a clip. I wouldn't give her 99 cents.
mm-mm,
Okay.
She said, I don't
uh-uh,
watch that
uh-uh.
mess. I
I
don't
Yeah,
don't
but I
either.
watch
just
that
seen
mess,
the clip.
because and I don't separate what none of them are doing, because of the simple fact they all are equally balanced
Okay.
in this evil that's taking place.
They all in cahoots. Okay. Yeah.
They're
Mm-hmm.
they're working in different entities of it. You understand what I'm saying? They are working in different entities. This, you do this part, I got this part, and it's all to keep strongholds on him. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
To keep him locked in with this girl.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, really, when you really look at it, it's so much bigger.